All right. Hold on a second. Getting my thing. I'm live. I'm doing this on YouTube. This is the first time ever. I hope you can hear me. I don't know who's going to come to the stream. I don't know who's not going to come to the stream. I don't know if anybody's going to show up. But I'm doing it live on YouTube. I've never done this before. Usually I do it through StreamYards. So I figured, what the hell? Do something different. Hold on while I get my... I don't think anybody's here, so... I don't know if anybody's going to show. But today we're going to do a Ghostbusters AfterLife review. Got home. I just came from seeing... Yes, Ghostbusters. It was... Hold on. You can't hear me without this, can you? Okay. Hey, what's up, Steve? What's going on, man? Ghostbusters. We're going to do a spoiler and a non-spoiler review. I'm going to give the non-spoiler review first. So, hope you here. Check it out. I don't think I'll have many people here today, but that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. So, the non-spoiler review, and then I'll tell you when I'm going to do a spoiler review because I don't want to ruin it for the people who do want to go see it. And let me tell you, it was phenomenal. I've been a big Ghostbusters fan since, wow, like forever. Forever I've loved the Ghostbusters. They had the first one, which was a classic and absolute. Hey, what's up, Luke? How are you? Hello, Saba. How are you? Good to see you. Steve, what's going on? I've never done this on YouTube, so I don't know how this is going to come out, but I'm just doing it different, just spur of the moment. I thought Ghostbusters, when it first came out, was fantastic. At first I was scared because the first scene with the library ghost and everything really scared me. And I got mad at my mom and I was like, Mom, why'd you take me to see a scary movie? I was a kid. And she's like, it's not a scary movie, I promise. Steve says, I do not want to see it. So, wait, I do want to see it. So, okay, so when it comes to the spoiler, I will tell you when that's going to happen. So right now we're going to do non-spoilers. So don't worry. I'm not going to ruin the movie for you. I will tell you when I'm going to spoil it. Put it this way. Should you go see it? Absolutely. Absolutely. If you've seen Ghostbusters, you've seen the second one, you should definitely go see this movie. Definitely go see this movie. You won't regret it. I will tell you this, and I have to tell you this. Seba says I was really young when the first movie came out. I was scared of marshmallows for a while. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Stay Puft didn't scare me. What scared me was that library ghost when they first go in the library and the books, and then the drawers come out and all the cards. The what do you call those? Not the index cards. Oh, I forgot those cards. What they're called? I can't remember. All the cards start coming out, man, and then the ghost. Oh man, that scared the hell out of me. It scared the hell out of me. And when they go, what happened? I love the first 3 Ghostbusters. You hated the last one. There was only 2. I also believe my older sisters when they told me. Let's see if I can get that. Okay. I also believed my older sisters when they told me Barbies come to life when I was sleeping. Oh my God, that's horrible. Gullible little 6-year-old. That's horrible, Saba. Oh my God, that's. Listen, that's a scary thing for a kid to be in a dark room and you look at your dolls, you see a scary movie. Yeah, it plays in your mind. It definitely plays in your mind. That's for sure. So what happened? It's why I hated Barbies when I was growing up. I would freak out when I got one as a gift. Demanded Tonka trucks. Oh, I'm sorry, Sab. I feel bad. But listen, we were young and scared. And listen, there's still things as adults that scare us. Let's be real. We may not admit it, but there are things that scare us. A lot of us. We just don't admit that. Toy Story is real. Maybe Toy Story is real, Sab. I don't know. Maybe it is real. So, non-spoiler. And I'm going to read all your comments because there's not going to be many people here this late at night or early in the morning. Most people are probably sleeping. And most people come to my streams for Johnny Depp. But I like to sometimes talk about something different. So, yeah, let's get into it. There's a lot here. My sisters were absurdly cruel. Yes, I guess they were. There's a lot here in this movie. It's very nostalgic. I will say this: if you're going to see the movie, and I have to tell you this, oops, I thought there was three. I guess I was confused. The live Casper as a Ghostbuster. No, no, no. This is Ghostbusters 3. I'm going to get into all that before I even get into spoilers, Steve. So I'll explain all that. But this is very important. If you're watching a replay, you're going to see the movie. I have to tell you this because if you walk out of the theaters, you're going to regret it. There is, when the credits come up, there is a scene that's really awesome. It's like a 2-minute scene during the credits, and it's really great. And I was really happy to see it. I thought it was funny. I'll stop interrupting. No, don't worry about it. You could. I want to see you guys write to me. It's great when we can talk. This is a great time. The floor is yours. You don't have to stop talking. But I think that was pretty funny, Saba. That was this really, really funny story. And I'm sorry your sisters did that. It's really rotten. I hope they made up for it when you got older. That's rotten to do to you. That put a lot of fear in you, and that could really affect you later in life. So, sorry that they did that to you. So, so there's a 2-minute scene when the credits come up. You should definitely watch it, and then stay after the credits. Even if you have to pee, hold it, like I did, because at the end there's another 2-minute scene that comes up after all the credits come. You don't want to miss that, and that's not a spoiler. I just don't want you to miss that. That's very important. I never did get that damn Tonka truck to this day. I still want. Well, how about you still? Let me see the comment. Hold on, it took it off my screen. I never did get that damn Tonka truck. To this day, I still want one of the good metal. Well, I don't know. I hope someone gets you a Tonka truck. Maybe we'll have to talk about it on a Johnny Depp stream when I got a lot more people in here. But that's funny. I got to remember the Tonka truck. That's a funny story. So that's important. So you want to stay for the credits. You want to stay after the credits. Don't leave. I'm not spoiling. I'm not going to tell you what happens. But don't leave when the credits come up, and wait till after the credits come up, because you will miss two scenes that are about 2 minutes each, and it brings the whole movie together. It really brings the whole movie together. Hint of a new Ghostbuster with the younger generation. Well, they do a great job. What we wanted as fans is what they should have done with this. Passing the torch, right? And they did it in a very classy way. That's what they did. I'm a little big to sit in and play now. Hey, Sherry, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. So, again, I'll just say this because 5 people are here and I only had 2 a minute ago. If you're going to see the movie, and I strongly suggest you see this movie, it's great, nostalgia, the whole 9. It's a great movie. They mix good with the old and the new. Just make sure it's not spoiler. Just make sure you stay for the credits because you'll miss a good scene. Hey, Megan, how are you? Good to see you. Who's this? Hey, Jazz, what's up? Jazz Matassel. Hey, guys, I see spirits all the time. I'm a Ghostbuster. I'm going to get into that in a minute. That's good. That's a really funny thing you should say that, because I had a lot of hauntings. I'll tell you some of them. I think that's something good I could talk about since we're doing a Ghostbusters theme. It was very good, Megan. It was a great movie. You saw it. It was so nostalgic, made me remember my Jess. This movie will do that to you. Hi, Susan. How are you? This movie, if you've seen Ghostbusters 1, I'm convinced I have a ghostie in my house playing tricks on me. Oh, that could be a scary thing. Maybe not. Depends on... What happened? Oh, man. Do you really want me to tell you that, Steve? Is Sigourney Weaver in it? Is it a third? Yes, this is definitely Ghostbusters 3. Okay. Is Sigourney Weaver in it? Yes. I didn't want to say anything, but yes, she's in it. Stuff just flies off the shelf. Stuff that's well blocked in. Can't slide off. That's kind of creepy. Wow. Saba is having a haunting. Hey, what you won? Hi, everyone. Hope you are doing well. Yeah, so let me tell you this, Steve. And I hope you guys, I don't want to ruin the movie for you, but yes, the Ghostbusters, everybody's in it but one person. Only one person. And I'll talk about that down the road. So if you feel that this is just a kids movie, if you think that the kids are just from the scenes from the trailer, you say, "Oh, it's just the kids." Yes, the kids are in it, but they're related. And I'm trying to ruin the movie, but the grandfather was Egon. Okay, so Egon left them a home, which is the farm, and I don't want to get too much into it. No, not yet, not yet. The spoiler's coming, but not yet. Because the spoiler's going to really have detailed stuff, so I'm not throwing that in yet. I'm just giving you the synopsis of the story. Basically, they don't have a lot of money. The mother of the two kids, the father leaves them, and so he passes, and basically they're left with this farm in the middle of nowhere. And you see that in the trailers if you watch the trailers. But overall, it's very nostalgic. It will get to you here. It will get to you here. I'm okay with spoilers. We still can't go to the theaters. Well, that sucks. Saba, this is definitely a movie you want to see. Definitely a movie you want to see. You want to see this. If you've seen Ghostbusters, and if you haven't, I don't know what's wrong with you. Go see Ghostbusters. Watch the first one. Watch the second one. It is awesome. It is awesome. It's a classic movie. I think the first one was better than the second one. Now, what about 2016? That doesn't have a factor in this movie. I think what they did with 2016 is they almost erased. It's like Ghostbusters never happened, and that's not what we wanted. What we wanted was like with this, we wanted to have the old but pass the torch to the new, and that's what I thought 2016 was going to be, and it wasn't. So it wasn't a Ghostbusters 3. It was I don't know, a female empowerment movie. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I don't understand why they just reversed it and just CGI. I don't understand it. I can't for the life of me figure out why 2016 was the way it was. It's what ruined it for most people. They wanted to see Bill Murray and the Ghostbusters. They wanted a third movie. That's what we thought we were going to get. An all-female Ghostbusters stunk. Yeah, it did. And I like McCarthy. And I have a crush on the blonde one, even though she kind of didn't look. The blonde girl she's in those Verizon commercials that you see. I think she's really cute. She's very pretty woman with her hair down, and she looks very pretty. And she's got a lot of spunk, a lot of fire in her, and I like that. I think that's really cool. Jess says, I get activity all the time. TV, radio. Whoa! TV, radio turns itself on. Knocks on walls and scratches on my outside door. And no one is there. Music box which needs to be wound starts on its own. Wow. Wow, Jazz, that's... Wow. Saba said it was a good lineup, but it was an epic fail. Yeah, it was. Which one? I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Loved one, hated two. This one should have been number two. We got to talk Ghosts after the movie talk. Yeah, we could do. We could talk about it now before I get into spoilers. Oh yeah, my TV turns on and off as well. Wow, you guys. I'm gonna, before I get into spoilers, because since you're here, I'm gonna tell you a ghost story I went through. I'm gonna tell you a ghost story I went through, and then we'll get into the spoilers. We'll talk about the whole entire movie. If you go see it, a lot of nostalgia, really gets you here. Overall, fantastic movie. You thought it was a decent movie. Okay, hey, that's up to you. I loved it. I loved it. At first, you really don't grab what happens, but as the movie goes on, it really brings everything together. I mean, it brings it all together. I loved this movie. I want to go see it again. I loved it. Saba says, my dog refuses to go into my basement and one area of my living room, I think you meant. Not loving room, living room. Huh. That's interesting. Okay, I'll give you a ghost story before I do spoilers. But you should definitely see this movie. You won't be. I don't think you're going to be disappointed at all. Steve says, hey, I loved two. I thought it was better than one. Wow, really? Except of the repeat, that stupid mayor. Okay. Living room. Yeah, I know what you meant, Saba. Benzel says, they definitely did try here compared to that SNL skit. Story of my whole life, Rob. so it doesn't faze me much anymore unless they wake up, because that pisses me off. What do you mean wake up? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Jazz. Saba says, "Ye my loving room." Well, hey, your loving room, Saba. Yeah, ghost story. Well, okay, I'll tell you a ghost story. This is true. This happened to me. I work. For those who don't know, I work in a courthouse, and my job was to go to what was called, and you could look it up if you want to. It's called the Brooklyn Army Terminal. Now, the Brooklyn Army Terminal was a place during World War II. The Army was going out to war. But here's what I didn't know about the place. Well, now I'll get into that in a minute. Unless they wake me. Oh, well, yeah, that's a problem. Ghostbusters 2 is overall meh for me. Yeah, I thought 1 was awesome. I enjoyed 2, but I don't think it was as good as 1. Usually, nothing's as good as an original. I don't think 2 was a good. 2016. Oh, no spoilers for me. I have yet to see it, but I hope you and the family enjoy it. I'm not spoiling it yet, MJ. I'm going to tell a ghost story. I'm not spoiling. I will tell you when the spoilers come out. Mine wakes me up all the time, Jazz. It's super annoying. I wake up to stuff breaking usually. And Jess says, "Oh, I agree." Oh my God, that's some scary stuff you guys are telling me here. This is really scary stuff. I can't believe you guys are going having ghost hauntings. And this is interesting because I'm going to talk to the creator. There's a couple creators I know who I watch some paranormal stuff. They're paranormal investigators. And this is really interesting. 2016 was a parody, nothing more. Listen, 2016, again, I don't know why they created it. I don't know why they made Ghostbusters. I don't get why they had to do that. They did that with Ocean's 7 or 8 or something like that. Like, there was no need for these movies. There was no need for that. I don't. Hey, Mary Lynn, how are you? There was no need for those movies. Like, that just really put everybody in a pissed off mood. Is 2016 the one with the Orgor cast I didn't see? Yes, it is. I only saw half the movie. I'll be honest with you. I'd have to watch the whole thing. I'm not. I just don't know why they did. Breaking my stuff would piss me right off. Ain't having that shit, says Jazz. MJ Media, what's up, my friend? I'm glad you stopped by. It's great to see you, Mega Jetty. 2 isn't bad. Okay. But it admittedly could have been better. Right. Nostalgia critics had better to open the film with a court scene being the first scene with Walter Peck reprised. Oh, you know what? That's 2 people who weren't in the movie. You just mentioned one, actually. To try to do a Ghostbusters cinematic universe. They could. I think this is great. Listen, I like the movie, and I think you should see it. And if you've seen Ghostbusters, go see it. It's going to have a lot of similarities to one. You're going to see a couple things. You're going to be like, oh, wow. It's really good. Hey, man, what's up, Gregory from the Netherlands? How are you? Doing good, dude. Looking forward to our next Battlefront 2 stream. I'll probably do it next week. I think I'm going to get back into next week's going to be a regular week. I'm going to be getting back to normal. Saba says, I've yelled at it to leave, but it only goes quiet for a day or so. Wow. Benzo says, instead of watered down Peck. Oh, okay, you're talking about Walter Peck. Okay, so here's my ghost story. This is not a spoiler. It's a real life ghost story. So I'm working in the courthouse. My assignment was to go to the Brooklyn Army Terminal. You could look up the Brooklyn Army Terminal. Basically, it's this huge place. Huge. It's a huge warehouse. No worries, this week would have been bad timing for. Great, good. So we'll go on next Saturday if you're available. It's a huge warehouse, right? So my assignment was to go into the warehouse, and we have tons and tons of boxes from all these different courthouses full of files. And basically, that's what they do every year. Because the courthouses can't consume all the paperwork, so they would ship them to this warehouse. So my job, twice a week, was to go to this warehouse, and it's huge, humongous warehouse, blocks long. I mean, this thing was huge and wide, long, lengthy. Yeah, I'm telling the ghost story before I go into spoilers. So if you want to tell one, feel free in the chat to write one. So, and if you haven't seen the movie, go see it. I highly suggest it. It's really, really good. It's a date? Okay. It's a date. Awesome, Mega. Awesome. We'll play some Star Wars next week, next Saturday. So I'm in the warehouse, and my job is to put these files and find all the boxes and all the different corridors and put them in. So it's about 3:30. And man, this thing is like humongous. I mean, humongous. You could see like it just goes on. So it's a little creepy because it's very quiet. And I don't know much about the Brooklyn Army Warehouse at this time, right? So, ghost stories are found, clowns of afraid. No, there's no clowns in the story. There's no clowns in the story. So I'm there, and I'm sitting there, a whole bunch of boxes. So I take one of the boxes down, and I'm looking to put the files in, and that's what I'm doing. That was my job at the time. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, freaking nowhere, I feel this massive wind hit me. Oh, wait, hold on. Sabbath says, I'm not going to lie. My pup totally knows when I come to the lies. When you guys are playing, he knows the pew pew sounds. I think it's Star Wars you guys are playing. Yes, yes, but he likes it. Well, good. I'm glad the dog likes it. Look, Chanel likes it. She's right here. Hey, Chanel. Hey, Chanel. So I'm in the aisle, and I feel this wind. And I just hear like someone running really fast. Really fast. So I spring up, like, shocked, like, the hell's that? And what did I felt it. Whoosh. So I run, and I'm looking, nothing this way. And I'm looking the other way, nothing this way. But I know what I heard. I'll read that in a minute. I know what I heard, and I know what I felt. It was a good wind. Now, I'm in a building. I'm in a building, okay? So I go back, and I just said, all right, whatever. Screw it. I'm going to, I don't know, maybe it was one of the guys or something. And as I'm filing again, son of a bitch, it happens again. And this gush of wind goes by me, and I'm going to give it to you. I promise, web guy. I'm going to definitely read that. A gush of wind comes by me, and again I hear somebody running. Like, you just hear them running, like with shoes on, like they're running really fast, really fast. At this point, I'm really creeped out. I could feel the chill go down my spine. I could feel the hair stand on in the back of my head. I'm really creeped out, and I'm like, wow, what the hell's going on here? So again, I go look, and I just want to say hello. And nobody answers me. I put those boxes back real fast, and I jet back to the main area where the guys are. And I said, okay, who was running while I was doing my filing? And they're all looking at me like, what the hell are you talking about? I said, look, I was back all the way back here, all the way back there. There was nobody there with me. And all of a sudden, there's this gush of wind, and it happened twice, and somebody is running, like literally running past me as fast as I can. Who was it? Was it one of you guys? And they all looked at me. They stopped working, and they just turned their head and said, are you kidding me? And I said, no, why? They said, well, you just encountered what we've encountered, a haunting. I was like, what are you talking about? It turns out that this Brooklyn Army Terminal, the place I was working in, happened to be a place, get ready for this, Elvis Presley was there. But that's not what was going on. What was going on was I would come there and I would see all these lines spray painted with some numbers. So the supervisor took me around and he said, you see these lines here? I said, yeah. You see those numbers on the wall? Yeah. I said, oh, that's where you put boxes and line up everything when they come off the trucks. He said, no, that's not what we did. That's been here. I said, what is this? This is where the building that during World War II, they brought the soldiers who were killed, body after body after body. And these spaces had body bags. They had body bags in them. And this was where they put the dead soldiers. And they got shipped out to wherever, whatever family. And that's what this building was. This huge, humongous warehouse that you see, that's like almost goes on forever, that's what it was. Apparently, I'm not the only one who had a haunting. The guy who worked there said he was on the second floor, and he was all by himself doing the same thing I was doing. And from the corner of his eye, he sees a figure of a body, just a figure, head, body. And he's looking. Now, keep in mind, this place is huge. And he just feels this thing looking at him, looking at him, looking at him. So he turns, again, he feels what I felt, the chill, the hair standing. So he's like, he's frozen almost. As he just turns really slightly just to look. And he's looking and he sees this figure way down there just looking at him. He decided, I'm out, puts the box down, and he left. And he said, I'm not going up there again. I'm not going. Turns out there was one more story, and I know this is true, by the way, because I experienced it. I used to, when I go to the bathroom there, in the woman's bathroom, I used to hear a lot of noises like toilet jingling, water running, like the sink. Sometimes I'd hear a little bit of banging. So I'm thinking like, okay, someone's in the bathroom, whatever. Maybe one of the guys are in the bathroom. It turns out that those noises I was hearing apparently was something, was a spirit. Let me tell you why. Let me prove this to you. Because the supervisor was the last person to leave. And one night he goes, screams, because remember, this place is humongous and he's got to lock up. He screams, "Is anybody here?" as loud as he can, top of his voice. Anybody here? Anybody here? Screaming his head off. Screaming. Oh, let me get to the super chat. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for Surf Guy. Thank you. Can you imagine all the soldier spirits who are wandering around confused about what happened in the war? No. That's the thing. That's the thing. How many of them? How many bodies? Imagine, just picture in your mind, body after body after body after body after body after body after body, throughout this humongous warehouse, humongous, lined up, full of dead corpses and body bags. That's what was there. Also, and thank you for the super chat. It's very nice of you. And I will get to all your comments, I promise, and then we'll talk spoilers. So basically, the supervisor's screaming, "Anybody here? Anybody here?" And he's screaming. That's what he does every night. And somebody answers, "Yeah, I'm here." And it sounds like a woman. Here's the funny thing. At that time, he had no women. It was just him and a bunch of guys. So he's like, somebody's here. Sounds like a woman. So he said, well, now I got to find out who's here. We got to go. So he goes and he screams again, "Is anybody here?" And again he hears the voice say, "I'm in the bathroom. I'm here." What the hell am I hearing? Who's here? So he knows it came from the woman's bathroom, and it sounds like a woman. With no woman employees. No woman employees, keep in mind. He goes to the women's bathroom, which is, by the way, remember I told you before, when I was in that bathroom, I had to go, I would hear water running from the women's bathroom. I would hear toilets jingling, flushing. I would hear banging. This is what I heard while I was going to the bathroom. I thought it was one of the guys. I didn't know. So he goes near the woman's bathroom and he asks a third time, but this time he doesn't scream it because he's right on top of the bathroom. And I agree with you, Jess. She must have worked there at one time. She had to. So he goes, "Is anybody here?" She says, "Yes." He's like, what the fuck is going on here? He's like, "Okay, I'm coming in." So he opens, he's got some pair of grapefruits. Let me tell you. He opens the door and he sees nothing. Nothing. He sees no one. No one's in the stalls. No one's by the sink. Nothing. And he told me, I'm telling you, that when you go to the bathroom, like you said, and you hear those noises, this is what happens with us. We know that they're here. We don't know how many. But we've all gone through something that we can't explain out of nowhere. Not that we were thinking of a horror movie, not that we were thinking we were thinking of doing our work and what we have to do, and that's all we were thinking about. And all of a sudden, boom, and we'll all have gone through something here in this terminal. And if you want to look up the Brooklyn Army Terminal, go right ahead. Go right ahead. So that's all I can tell you is I believe in spirits, and this place was damn haunted. And I'll give you one more before I go into spoiler, and I'm going to read your comments. My father died 30 years ago. Now, as you know, my wife just lost her dad. 30 years ago, I was 19 years old. Anyway, I was with my girlfriend. You know, it was a very hard time for me, going through a lot mentally. So I didn't think, and a couple months went by, and I was coming home, and I used to come home late because I used to walk home. It was about a mile walk. I didn't have a car. So I'd walk home, blah, 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 just enjoying the walk. I get home, and something that never happened before happened to me. So coming up the stairs to my apartment, which is on the second floor. Now the kitchen's here. I don't know how to do this. So the stairs are like this. The kitchen is here, and the bedrooms are to this side. So as you come up the stairs, if you make a right, it's the bathroom and the kitchen. If you go make a left, it's the bedrooms and the living room. I come home at 2 in the morning. Now, every time I come home at 2 in the morning, the place is pitch black. My mother's sleeping, my brother was sleeping, and the place is pitch dark. But not this night. So I come up, I open the door, and the kitchen light is on. That's odd. Kitchen light is never on. I go to look, just like that. Hey, Dad, what's going on? I swear to you, that's what I said. And I walked right into the living room, and I stopped in my tracks. And I said, what the fuck did I just say? What I saw in the kitchen, in his chair, is exactly how I used to see my dad. My dad was a big guy. I would see my back of my dad, back of his hair. He used to wear a white T-shirt, and he was sitting there like he was eating dinner or reading a newspaper like he used to do. Remember, this is months after he died. I'm not thinking about my father. I'm just walking home, coming on the stairs, thinking, okay, you know, I got to do this, I got to do that before I go to bed and get ready for the next day. That's all I was thinking. I literally saw my father sitting in his chair with the kitchen light on, and I was frozen in the living room, which was pitch black, and I didn't know what to do. And I said, I'm going to have to grab my grapefruits and go back into the kitchen. I have to do it. So, very slowly, I decided to go back into the kitchen. When I got to the kitchen, his chair was out, the light was on, but he wasn't there. So I thought maybe my mother went to bed leaving the light on with the chair out. It's possible. It's very possible. So in the morning, I turn the light off, put the chair back, go to the bathroom, you know, go about my business wondering, what the fudge did I just see? So I talked to my mother. I said, Ma, I got to ask you a serious question. She goes, sure, Robbie, what's up? Last night, I came home at 2 in the morning. Did you leave the light on? And she's like, no, I shut it off when I went to bed. I said, you positive? She said, Robbie, you know our situation. I can't afford to leave the lights on. That's why I tell you when I come home, be careful when you walk in the door to put the light on the minute you come in the door, because everything's going to be pitch black. Everything was pitch black when I went to bed. I was like, everything was pitch black when you went to bed? She's like, yeah. Did you leave the chair out? You know, where Dad used to sit. Did you leave that chair out? She's like, what is going on? Be honest with me. What happened last night? I said, Ma, I'm going to tell you this, and I hope you don't cry. I don't know what else to tell you. I can't explain it. I came home, not thinking, just thinking about what I had to do, and not thinking anything much. And as I opened the door, Ma, I swear to you, the kitchen light was on, and I saw Dad sitting in the chair. And she looked at me like, what? I said, I swear to you, that's what I saw when I came in home. And I explained to her everything I did. And she was like blown away. Like she could not believe what I had just told her. And if that's not enough, I'll tell you one little other thing. Hey, Hen, how are you? One last thing. My brother had a teeny weeny little pool, very teeny pool, just to keep him cool. He was a young kid, little kid. So we used to set up a pool in the backyard and, fill it with water, right? He had a little chair, a little plastic chair, but it was strong enough to hold me and my mother. We were skinny people. So my mother goes to sit in this chair, and I swear to every one of you, this is what happened. She was talking about my father. Again, this is summertime. She's talking about my dad, and we're just listening. The family's in the back, me, my grandmother, my grandfather. And a leaf falls just like this into the pool in the perfect shape of a heart. I've never been blown away in my entire life than to see these two things that I cannot explain to you. I've never, ever gone in the fall, hundreds of leaves are falling. I've never seen the shape of a leaf come down in a perfect heart right at my mom, right to my mom. It was a perfect, unbelievable, touching moment to me. To know that I've seen my father, and now a heart-shaped leaf falls right by my mother's feet. I thought this was such a beautiful thing. And I think it was just my father's way of saying, hey, I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I love you guys, and I just want you to know I'm here. And I think that that was the message I got. Now, has it happened ever since? No. But it was an amazing moment for me. And yeah, Michelle Fox, he was telling you was fine. Yeah, and it was really touching. It felt real good. It gave me a closure. And I never forgot it. I miss my dad, tremendously. Tremendously. He never got to hold my daughter. He never got to take my daughter anywhere. I was hoping that when I was older, I could take my father to a game or go bowling with him. He loved to bowl. I miss so many people in my life. So many people in my life. Co-workers, friends, best friends. It's hard, man. It's hard when you get older. It's hard. It's hard, man. It's a hard thing. That's why I say to you guys, I love you guys. And I mean it because, listen, I don't want to scare you guys, but I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So that's why when I say every night, I love you guys. Be safe, be well. Value your life, value every day you have, value the people in your life, value those you have, not the ones who don't. But I mean, like people who can't stand you for whatever stupid reason, any haters you have. Appreciate the people that love you. And if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here for you. Just DM me, talk to me, send me a DM on Twitter or on my Discord, and I'll talk to you. Send me an email if you want. So I just want to let you know, I love you guys from the bottom of my heart and value every day because you're important. So that's the message I want to convey to you because we don't know what tomorrow brings for any of us. I do believe in spirits. I do believe in ghosts. My wife has seen spirits. I shouldn't say talk, but has seen people. And she can't explain it, and she's told me the stories. So I truly believe 100% in spirits. The Ghostbusters movie, let me get back into it, was fantastic. I'm going to get to your comments now, and we'll get into spoilers. So let me get into all your comments because there was a lot. I hope I can catch them all. I'll catch as many as I can. I'll go through. Okay, so I left off here. Okay, Jazz says it's a woman, Rob. Yes, it was. MJ Media says the king of rock and roll. Thank you very much. Yes, Elvis Presley went to the army, and he was at the Brooklyn Army Terminal when he went on his. So I don't know what happened. I don't know, but he didn't get killed, thank God, in the war. Thank the Lord. But, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know details. You'd have to look that up. Jazz says, wow, I pictured soldiers, but I feel it's a woman. I think it was too, Jazz. Sappa says, I'm almost thinking the guy that died in the accident out in front of my house in September is trapped here and lingering with me since he died in my hands. Oh, my God. Wow, that's powerful. Wow. I don't know. It's just a feeling I can't shake. You might be right, Sab, because that makes 100%. Maybe he finds comfort in you. Maybe he can't accept his death. Maybe he doesn't know what to do. Maybe he's lost. I don't know. I mean, if you knew his family, maybe you'd want to have a séance or something in your house with his family there. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that would help him. I don't know. I think you're right. I think you're dead on. Gregory says, here in the Netherlands, we just learned to ignore them. That's interesting. Web Surf Guy who gave me a donation, I appreciate this. Can you imagine all the... I don't think I can highlight it. Can I highlight it? No, I can't. Can you imagine all the soldier spirits who are wandering around confused about what happened in the war? Thanks for the story. You're welcome. And yeah, you're right. And I think that that's exactly what happened, Web Surf Guy. Saba says, damn, Rob, that warehouse sounds haunted as fuck. It is. It definitely is. Witchy one says, casualties of war haunt many places all over the U.S. Yeah, I think you're right. Saba says, oh, totally, Web Surf Guy, so many. Saba says, so many spirits trapped in there. Jazzy says, they are not all confused. Wow. Wow, says Megan. Saba's like, oh my God. Steve says, did all the dead get to go home, or were they left behind? If so, the ones left behind may be doing the haunting. I think you're right. I think you're right, Steve. I think that's what's going on. I think that some of them, maybe they don't know they're dead. Maybe they can't accept that they're dead. Maybe they don't know what to do. Maybe they're lost. Maybe they're looking for an answer. I don't know. Jazz says she worked there at one time. I think so. Dornado says, awesome, Rob. Marilyn says, I believe that, Richie. Too many unexplained things have happened over the course of history. I agree. Mega Jetty says, maybe she was a working girl. Possibly. Yeah, I think that. I think that she could have been working at that time. I think it's very possible. Gregory says, here in Europe, we just ignore the ghosts. I'd love to know what you've experienced, Gregory. That'd be great. If you want to share it, we're talking Ghostbusters, ghosts, so why not? John Doe says, what's up, Jetty? Mary Lynn says, I'm holding the covers up over my head. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare anyone. John says, hey, Steve. MJ Media says, maybe she was banging some dude in the woman's room and then quickly left before anyone could see. No, Megan Jenny, listen. There was no women there. There was no women there. There was absolutely no women that worked there. I don't think that's what happened, man. Because the supervisor would have seen somebody. There was nowhere to go. I mean, it would have been plenty obvious if someone came out. He would have heard the door. He was right there. The door exit is feet away from the bathroom. It's not that far. So you could have seen somebody. So I don't think that was it. John Doe says hi to Mary Lynn. MJ Media says, John Doe, I had a bit of a miserable week, but everything's better now. How about, Jetty, you should always talk to me, man. Dude, you're not alone. Talk to me, bro. Send me a DM. Send me something on Twitter. I'll talk to you privately. I'm sorry you had a miserable week, man. I hope it gets better. Steve says, hi, John Doe. Mary Lynn says, I just watched videos of a soldier haunting in the South. Some really convincing footage. Witchy, if you could do me a favor and send me one of those videos that you watched, maybe through my Twitter DM, that would be awesome. I'd love to watch it, see what you're talking about. Mary Lynn says, hi to John. Mary Lynn says, I watched a lot of shows like that. Witchy, very interesting stuff. Oh, I agree. Jazzy says, having coffee, LOL. Jazzy says, awesome. Megan says, I definitely believe in ghosts. So do I. Saba says, we have so many haunted buildings in Edmonton. Wow. In Canada. The infamous Charles Camsell Hospital is by far one of the scariest places I've ever experienced. Really? Well, Saba, you got me really interested, Saba, in knowing what happened to you. Marilyn says your father was connecting with you, Rob. I agree. I think that's exactly what happened. Saba says, totally, Marilyn. Just Call Me Hen says, hello. Wow, that's amazing. That's awesome, Rob says what you want. It is awesome. I thought it was incredible stuff. Jazz says, I'm sitting in my living room and saw my bedroom lamp come on by itself last night. Man, Jazzy, that is some creepy stuff, man. Wow. Maybe someone's got to be talking to you, Jess. Someone's probably trying to get a message to you. Saba says, hey, hen. Mary Lynn says, hen. Hey, hen says, witchy one. That's awesome, Rob. Definitely a sign, says Mary Lynn. I agree. It's a sign, says Saba. Yes. Michelle Fox says he was telling you he was fine. I agree. That's definitely what I got, Michelle. Jazzy says, I believe you, Rob. My grandma and three of my aunts pop in separately and together from time to time. How do you know that, Jazz? Wow, how do you know that? Mary Lynn says, I believe our loved ones are always with us. And I agree with you. Wow, says Mega Jetty. Saba says, that reminds me of finding dimes and suddenly smelling cabbage. I take it as my grandparents saying hello. Man, that's something that you mentioned dimes, Saba, because somebody, I can't remember, said they kept finding dimes. I think it was my wife said she kept finding dimes. Like out of nowhere. She kept something with dimes. I've got to get this story about dimes. I'm gonna have to tell you, find that story and let you guys know about it because there was something about dimes. That's very interesting that you mentioned that. Very, very interesting you mentioned that. Marilyn says, we love you too, Rob. Sherry says, have a great night with a heart. Sherry, have a great night. I'm sure you're gone by now, but I just want to say. Michelle Fox says, my mom has been gone over 20 years, but I'll love to have a cup of tea and chat, even if it was just 10 minutes. I agree, Michelle. I wish I had that 10 minutes to chat. I agree. I agree. Jazzy says, I love you too, Rob. I love you, Jazzy. Love you too, Rob says Saba, and all the wonderful people in this community. I agree. I love you all. And we all love you, Saba. Trust us. 100% Saba, says Mary Lynn. Mega says, the closest to a ghost story I have is when as a kid, I was afraid to look outside at night before bed because if silhouettes and shadows of blowing trees look like mine. Yeah, I agree with you, Mega Jetty. I agree with you. I felt the same way. I remember when there was a tree and the shadow of the tree was at the window. I used to get so scared. I know exactly how you feel. Steve says, I guess I do have a story. My mom had died 2 years before he died. The night my dad died, my mom came to me saying, taking your dad home. My sister told me he died at night. Wow. Your mom came to you? Like, did you see your mother? And she spoke to you? Wow, Steve, man, that's. Wow, Steve, that's pretty. Wow. Web Surf Cousin says, I believe animals can see things that we can't. So do I. I swear our pet dogs can see and sense things. I agree with you, Web Surf Guy. 100%. And thanks again for the super chat. Thank you so much. John Doe says, LOL, yeah, I was almost roadkill last week. A car hit me at 25 miles an hour. Talk about good timing, 3 seconds too late. I'd be a corpse right now. So people look both ways, but oh my God, John. John, I have a story I could tell you about me getting hit by a car. Real quick, it happened right after my father died, a couple of months, and I have the report. It happened 30 years ago, and it says the report said from a witness that I looked like I got shot out of a cannon, like I was a circus clown, shot out of a cannon. That's what they said it looked like. I'm very lucky to be alive. That's all I'm gonna say. It was a hit and run too, so I get you, man. I get you. Thank God you're here, John. Please be careful. Don't rush people. When you rush, bad things can happen. When you're driving, if you're late, you're late. There's nothing you can do. It just don't. Be very careful, please. Mary Lynn says, children too, Web Surf Guy. And John, I'm just glad you're okay, my friend. Thank God, man. Oh, you're so lucky. Thank God, man. MJ says, maybe she visited a boyfriend. They got banged and got out too quick. No, Mega Jetty, no. Oh, my God. Jess says, sometimes they just want closure or still want to help. Many of our Civil War soldiers are rightly pissed off right about now. It's very possible, Jess. John just says, "Oh, thanks. Sorry, Jetty. I hope you're okay." Witchy one gives a thumbs up. John says, "What state is that hospital?" John says, "I heard the Queen Mary is super haunted." Huh. Mega J says, "It's just financial misery. Bills hurt my bank account, and I was unable to buy my stepdad pizza yesterday." Oh my God, I'm sorry. And we had to cancel it. Today I got paid, so tomorrow, hey, pizza time! As Bully McGuire said, as Peter Parker said, pizza time. Well, Mega, I have an idea for you. Again, why don't you DM me and I will present an idea that you could make some extra money, and you let me know if it works, and I could help you out with that. So it's anybody can do it, and you just have to put a few hours in. If you're willing to do it, I could help you out. So let me know. I hope I can help you out. Can't promise, but it might work for you. Jess says yes, several somebodies. LOL. Nicole says, "Hey everybody, Rob Chanel and chat. Sorry I'm late. I just received a notification." Wow, just received it. And wait, am I behind? Let's see how behind I am. It said 121. Let's see. I got to get a time here because I'm on my phone. I've never done this before, so I hope I'm not too far behind. Trying to catch up. I didn't even get the spoilers yet. Can't believe this. I'm just reading your chats. I'll get to it. It is. Give me a time. 125. All right, so I'm a little behind. I'm a little bit behind. John Dill says, "I know how you feel, Jetty. Low cash is always an issue from my end." And John, also DM me, and I'll give you an idea of what you can do, and you let me know. Rub, not run. Hail Rob. Hey, Death by Saber. Another awesome Star Wars channel. If you like Star Wars, please check out my buddy Death from Saber. Check out MJ Media. Check him out. Both great guys, real great YouTubers. I really care about these guys. I think they're fantastic. So please check them out. Steve says, "Yep, I saw her and she spoke. I thought it was a dream." Wow, man. That's freaking awesome. Scary, but fucking awesome. Jazz says, "Cat sees spirits too." I believe that. Sabbath says, "MJ, that girl in the warehouse meeting her boyfriend is a banger of a possibility." Death by Saber says, "I put my faith in ravioli." Yeah. I hope you bought some because I gave you some super chats. So I hope you bought some ravioli in my super chats. Like I said, I sponsor my fellow YouTubers when I can. So, where were we? I read this. Nicole says, "Hey everyone." Okay, I read that. Don't nickel and dime us, says MJ Media. Witchy one says, "I want a ghost to give me money." I don't think that'll happen. Jess says, "They always have ways they let me know," Rob. That's incredible, man. These stories you're telling are just awesome. But they're scary, but it's awesome to read. Websurf Guy says, "When I was little, I woke up on a Saturday morning. I sensed something was wrong. I peeked down the feet side of my bed and I saw a small hand as if someone had just reached up and landed on the side." Oh, I got a story about that you just reminded me of. Saba says, "Grandpa always said to keep 2 nickels in my pocket because people say they don't have 10 cents to run together. So I always keep 2 nickels so you are always rich. Since he passed, I find them." Wow, that's interesting. Wow, you guys got some fantastic stories and things that, wow, this is incredible. Web Source Guy says, "After a few hours frozen in bed, I made a..." Dude! Web Surf Guy. Okay. Now you got me going another ghost story, I remember. I can't, I haven't got the spoilers yet. I'm so sorry. But anyway, and go see the movie, stay for the credits, and stay after the credits. And it's a great movie, and I loved it, and it's very nostalgic, and it's going to get you in the feels. I'm telling you. At the end of the movie, it's really going to get to you. So that's all. That's what I would say. Okay, so here's what happened. One night, my wife is sleeping. Swear. This happened years ago. I swear that somebody came around my bed like this. And I don't know why I woke up at that second, but I swear that somebody had come around that bed. And again, I got that chill hair standing feeling. I couldn't move. I was totally frozen with fear, totally frozen with fear, and I felt like someone just came in to put the covers up on me and give me a pat, like a pat. Hello, like that's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And I felt like they pushed the covers up just a little bit, just enough, not over my face, not on my neck, just a little bit, and gave me a pat on the shoulder, like, hey, everything's okay. Everything's okay. I was like, wow. Yes, listen, Steve, you will love it, the new Ghostbusters, and I know you got to go. Thank you for coming here. I will do spoilers in a few minutes, but it was, it's really crazy when you think about all these stories that we're all talking about. It's really insane, and I'm really behind here. I'm so sorry. I'll try to catch up. Maybe I'll just read the chat for the rest of the night. Do I have plans for Thanksgiving? I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna have any plans. Cat see spirits too. Okay, Death by Saber says I put my faith in ravioli. Chef Boyardee. MJ Media says John Doe. Yeah, I was low on fun. Okay, we read that. John Doe, glad you're okay, says Mary Lynn. Cindy says hi guys, sorry I'm late. MJ says hail Death by Saber. Death by Saber says Rob, what do you have planned for Thanksgiving? Right now, nothing. My wife lost her father. She's in Brazil, so she'll be coming home. So I don't 100% know exactly. I made a suggestion, what we can do, but I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do this Thanksgiving. To be honest with you, it's kind of up in the air. Web Surf Guy says when my sister was in college, she woke up to the sound of a girl brushing her hair. It was dark, but she could see the outline, but her roommate was gone for the weekend. Wow. And that's what I saw, the outline of this person, like in a hurry, coming by my feet, coming right up to me. And I swear to you, they pushed the cover up over my head, not over my head, like just on me, and gave me a pat. That's exactly what I felt, the outline of this person. But I don't know who it was. I think it was my grandmother. I don't exactly know 100%, but that's exactly, and I just felt so much fear. Like, oh my God, the fear was incredible. And I think I did what Mary Lynn did. I think I put the coats on my head. I was so scared. Michelle Fox says, always try and leave 5 minutes early. Richie one says, Rob, I sent you the video. Great. Thank you, Richie one. Appreciate it. Cindy says, hi, Mary Lynn. John Doe, I'm up to 123, by the way, if you want to follow along. John Doe says, man, I'm glad you're okay, Rob. I didn't realize how hard a car hits at that speed until I got, yeah, John, it is. John, I couldn't walk. I couldn't bend for 3 months. I thought I was going to be paralyzed. And the story basically is I was luckily just badly bruised. But I finally was able to bend. And I thank God every day that I can walk. And I thank God every day that nothing seriously really happened to me. I was very fortunate that I was running across the street. I remember I blacked out. I felt my ass hit the windshield. So I hit the windshield of the car, like right here. And I went up in the air. I was over the car and I landed, and the land was hard. And I realized I was going to land, and I realized I was up in the air, and I was pretty high up in the air. So I put my face this way. I went for my forearm to block me, and I fell. And it hurt, man. And not one car moved, and it was like two ways, and I was in the middle. Not one car moved, so I just limped across the street in tremendous pain. Tremendous pain. I never forgot the pain. But, I could tell that story in my live stream. I've already been on almost an hour. I still haven't talked more Ghostbusters, but whatever. I'm reading your comments, whatever. And I'm glad you're okay, too, John. Thank God you're alive. And people just say my father was with me that day. He took the blunt of the car hit. Or he threw me on top so I'd be safe. It's very possible. I could believe that. John, somebody I believe said, this is not your time, man. This is not your time. And somebody must have saved you. That's all I can come up with, man, because there's no other way to explain it. But thank God you're alive, bro. I would have missed you, bro. And I would have never known what happened to you. None of us would have. That's why I tell you guys, be safe, be careful, because we all don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Thank God, John, you're here. Count every day as a blessing. Trust me. Death by Saber says, I've been to the Queen Mary, and I've been on the ghost tour. It's creepy. Oh, wow. MJ says, will do. Thanks, dude. No problem. Michelle Fox says, what do you think of the new Spider-Man trailer? Well, I did a video on it. I'm pumped up for Spider-Man. I'm going to go see it. I just wish I also could have seen Minamata. I'm very disappointed in MGM. I don't like what they're doing. I think that's absolute baloney. I really wanted to see Ghostbusters, Minamata, and Spider-Man, and unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to see Minamata here in the United States. They're not going to show it. I think that's a bunch of bull. Really pisses the hell out of me. Death by Saber says Queen Mary engine room is super creepy. Well, sounds creepy, Death by Saber. Sounds real creepy. Saba says, what's with pizza talk today? Had a whole debate about pizza toppings with CGS this morning, and it's continued all day. Guess what's for dinner tomorrow? Saba is going to have pizza. Hen, also subscribe to her if you haven't, says, I'm listening while I wake up and get ready for work. Well, it's great to have you here, Hen. Mary Lynn gives a thumbs up to Saba. John says, yeah, I want to head to something and go to the Queen Mary and Catalina Island. I'm not sure what that is. Michelle Fox says, just call me Hen. Don't work too hard today. I agree, Michelle. Nicole says, our cat and dog, to 127, our cat and dog would be looking at the front door and both at the same time move their heads about 18 to 20 feet to the window and back to the door. We found out there was a fire and a man died in our apartment. Wow. Wow. That's something else, man. Wow. Death by Saber says, John Doe, yes, head over to Long Beach, California, and take the Queen Mary Ghost Tour. Also go during October. They have a haunted Queen Mary mazes. Wow. That sounds crazy. Richie one says, I need more wine. Mary Lynn says, I hope you're having a good day, Hen. John Doe says, thank you, Rob. I appreciate you for all your kind words and trying to help me out. You're a really awesome person. Heart of gold. Love you, brother. Seriously, everyone here does. You know what, John? That's for you, my man. It's a pound. I love you too, bro. You guys are family to me, okay? You're family to me, and I hope you'll realize you're my family. And believe me, if I had Elon Musk money, I'd fly you all and have a big place. You'd all sleep there, and we'd have a huge Thanksgiving dinner, and I'd fly you back out after the weekend. Trust me, I would spend 4 days with you guys if I could. I would do that, but I don't have that kind of money. Sorry. DBS, that's by Saber, says, Knott's Scary Farm in Southern California is also great during October. So DBS has a channel. MJ1 Media has a channel, and Just Call Me Hen. If you haven't subscribed, please do. They are great people. They're really fantastic, and you might enjoy their work. So please just go support them. Hit that subscribe button. Check them out, please. I love them all. Hen says, ghost stories. John says, the DBS, can't you rent a room on the Queen Mary? Steve says he got to go get his beauty sleep. Looking forward to the new Ghostbusters. Fantastic movie. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Saba, 129, says, when I was 14, I kept seeing a shadow figure in a hallway. Damn. After a few months, I described who I was seeing, and my dad went white and grabbed his photo album. It was his grandpa. Whoa. Wow. Oh, it would have been so awesome if you just took a photo of that. Never saw the picture before that day. Wow. Saba, you've had some experiences here. DBS says, John Doe, yes, you can rent a room, like a hotel room. Also great restaurants on the Queen Mary. Nicole is still running back and forth from the window and front door, but the fire probably had him blocked in. One of our cats went flying off the counter. He wasn't supposed to be on. LOL, he was a cool ghost. Cherry! Robert, love you. I love you, Cherry. You're the cherry on top. Thanks for being a Cherry. I'd love to see what you look like, man. I hope one day you send me just a picture. Just a picture of yourself, just smiling, waving hi or something. I'd love to see what you look like. John says, thank you, Mary Lynn. I appreciate that. Saba says, Edmonton has La Bohème restaurant hotel you can stay at, but it's haunted by a lady who was violently murdered. So bad things happen to guests and staff all the time. Damn. I don't think I'd want to go there. Jazz says, it was your mom's mother, Rob. It was your mom's mother. Yes. Yes, Jazz, that's who I think. I think it was. I can't say for sure, but I just have this feeling that that's who it was. I could be totally wrong. I could be totally wrong. I don't know. Just a guess. Saba at 131 says, people hear her screaming to this day as she's been dragged down the stairs over and over every... Oh, my God, that's horrible. That's horrible. Oh, my God. I wish someone could save her. It's horrible. Michelle says, just keep it low-key and chill that day. Save celebrations for Christmas time. Yeah, it's not the same. I know, Michelle. You're right. Mary Lynn says, a few months when my late husband passed, I was in bed and I felt this kid. Whoa. Wow, Mary Lynn, that's some powerful stuff. That's awesome. Web Surfer Guy says, a few months ago on a Saturday morning, I was half asleep and somebody tried to wake me up. At first it was a gentle tap on the shoulder, collarbone, and another tap. Then it was more violent. Saba says the Charles Cam cell has a bad history. It's notorious here. Quick Google search. The city is turning it into residential apartments. Not good for a mass grave on the grounds. Saba, can you? I'll never remember. Can you send me just the Charles Camp cell on a Twitter or DM so I can look that up? Because I want to look that up also. Michelle Fox says Saba sounds like a character in the British TV series Ghosts. Web Surf Guy says, I yelled out to stop it, and then it stopped. Oh. I opened my eyes, and I was alone. That's some creepy stuff, man. Saba says, Fort Edmonton Park had hauntings from the original Rowan family. Mary Lynn's like, to Web Surfer Guy. Just Call Me Hen says, many years ago, my sister had a dream. In the dream, she walked into my mom's house, and she saw my father, who had been gone for many years. He was sitting on a sofa. My sister said, Dad, what are you doing here? He replied, I'm waiting for my wife. Sorry. My sister told him that Mom was married to someone else now, and he said, I'm not going without my wife. 2 days later, my mom passed away. Holy shit. Oh my God. Wow. Wow, Hen, that really got me. Wow. Whoa, man, that is... Wow, man. Wow. Hen, wow, that's... I'm sorry about your parents, but whoa, that's a powerful story. MJ Media says, what's Men of Honor? I have no idea. Which one says, thank goodness the both of you are okay. Super lucky the car almost wins. Yes, you're right, Richie. Me and John are very lucky. Very lucky. I'm lucky I'm not in a wheelchair right now, paralyzed or dead. I'm very lucky. Michelle Fox says, my brother got cancer. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. And he was gone within 7 months, so you never know. I'm sorry, Michelle. I'm sorry, Mary Lynn. Hen also. MJ says, I'm having pizza tomorrow as well. John says, thank you, Rob. You're welcome. Saba says, Alberta Hospital, it's a mental institution, has a building abandoned and fence old. You can see mental patients in the window. Wow, man, that's scary stuff. Mary Lynn says, I'm so sorry, Michelle. Saba says, it's an old sanitarium building. John Doe says, DBS, have you ever stayed at the Queen Mary? Richie one says, the Queen Mary would be an amazing tour. Michelle Fox says, Mary Lynn, we had never been sick either. He was 54, wasn't fair. I'm sorry, Michelle. Jazz says, oh my God, I got 2 different hospital stories that will scare the living ish out of you. Cherry says, fly me back out. I can't stay. Michelle Fox says, that sounds like a party, Rob. Richie one says, I want to stay at the Leslie boarding house someday, maybe. DBS says, I've never spent the night at the Queen Mary, John. I've been there during New Year's fireworks. MJ Media says, if you wish to follow me, oh, he put his link there. Jazzy says, not all spirits are good and not all of them are ghosts. You could be right about that, Jazz. I think you are. Cherry says, Rob doesn't love me. I love you. Are you kidding me? Cherry, come on. I said you're the cherry on top. I love when you're here. I hate when you're not. I miss you. Hen says, brat. Mary Lynn says, no, it's not fair. My late husband wasn't either. He passed from a massive heart attack on my your birthday. Jesus, man. Your birthday. That's fucking horrible. I'm sorry, Mary. Wishy one says, hello, Cherry. Mary Lynn's giving love to Cherry. Michelle says, Discovery are doing Johnny Depp and Amber Heard documentary, 2 parts. Yes, I was going to do a video on it, but you guys have seemed to already read it and know about it. And I don't know how the video would do. But I'll do it anyway. Cherry says, just call me Hen, hey mama. Cherry says, Witchy one, hey love. John says, isn't La Boma's an opera play? Cherry says, Mary Lynn, hey love. Michelle Fox says, so sorry to hear that, Mary Lynn. Yeah, me too. John says, La Bome, however you spell it. God, I hate auto spell. Web Surf Guy says, one of my sisters rented a partially furnished house. Faucets will turn on in the middle of the night and electronics turn on randomly. She told the landlord about it. The landlord said what? Michelle Fox, John, that is an opera. Mary Lynn said, thank you, Michelle. Sending you big hugs. Thank you, John, says Mary. Michelle says, Mary Lynn, some hearts. DBS says, invest in Shiba Inu, a Coinbase app. I invested $700 back in September. Wow, crypto, very good for you, Mr. DBS. That's fantastic. That's good for you, man. That's fantastic, DBS. That's really awesome. Good for you, bro. And I remember you talking about that in your live stream, saying how well you were doing with crypto. Good for you, man. I'm really happy for you. Web Surf Guy says, oh, and it's good advice. So follow DBS's advice, people, if you can. Web Surf Guy says, oh, it's just my father. Apparently, she left the urn in the house. A little creepy. John Doe says, Michelle Fox, I knew it. LOL. Only other opera I know is the Mary Window, I believe it is called. John Doe says, Mary Lynn, you're welcome. Richie one says, I've never seen a scary ghost. I've had family encounters. It startled me for a second, but never made scared. I don't scare easily. Well, it's good for you, Richie. One others get to say the same. Michelle Fox says, I've never seen it, but I know a few of them. John Doe says, I think I saw both these plays. DBS says, Rob, have you ever been to Southern California? Nope. I would fly you here and give you a tour waiting for my investments to hit. I appreciate it. We were supposed to go to California for Star Wars Celebration, but I don't know if I can afford it. I'd love to go, but I just don't know if I can afford it, to be honest with you. John Doe says, where can you see mental patients in the window? John Doe says, yeah, I swear I want to hang with Rob. Hopefully I can make it to Virginia, have some liquor, and play PS4 in the room. Well, I'm not in Virginia, by the way. I'm close to Virginia, but I'm not in Virginia. A couple of states above that. I'm more north. Cherry says, I love you too. I've missed you. I missed you too, Cherry. Saba's saying it's La Bohème. It's a local historic restaurant and hotel in Edmonton. La Bohème. Mary Lynn says, I would be afraid to visit anything haunted. So would I. I've heard some bad spirits can attach to you. I agree, Mary Lynn. I've heard the same damn thing. I leave them alone. John says, how old is the restaurant? Saba. Saba says, yes, Rob. I'll send you some info on the Charles Kempsell. Thank you. Michelle says, you should go to Ireland. Lots of castles, some haunted. Ireland's beautiful, I've heard. I've heard it. Jazzy says, Mary Lynn, yep, and they sometimes follow you home. Saba says, John Doe, well over 100 years old. Let's hear spoilers, says Web Guy. DBS says, Rob, if you come to LA, hit me up. I would love to hang. And I would love to hang with you, my friend, and I will, if I do. Jesse says it's important to know how to deal with the nasties. Mary Lynn says listening to some stories is okay. Visiting places. Uh-oh, thanks. Should I continue? Oh, I'm right at the end. John says, Saba, dang, that's awesome. I need to check out that restaurant out hopefully one day. Saba says, John Doe, it's a place here called Alberta Hospital. It's an old abandoned building on the grounds not used anymore since they don't lobotomize anyone. John says, do not trust the paranormal community on YouTube. They are all staged fake content. Oh, really? Edmonton has so many haunted buildings. Michelle says, I think we're near to being in lockdown on Ireland again. I heard Australia is. Okay. I caught it to the chat. Nope, I haven't because Hen has the comment. It says, Ireland is beautiful. Spent many summers there. Must go back to see my family soon. Yeah, I agree. And you should, Hen, and just make it a point to go to Ireland. Cherry says, John Doe, not at all. If he doesn't see anything, he says he doesn't. John says, Saba, how many haunted places are... Come on, stop that, Rob. How many haunted places are where you're at? Good job, Rob L.O. says Jazzy. Okay, I admit it. If ghosts followed me home, I think I would be scared. I would too, Richie one. Saba says, every year there is a haunted tour that's a bus ride around seeing all the haunted places and learning the history. Like, wow. Like Norwood School. DBS says, Rob, I would take you to the original Batcave. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, in Hollywood Hills. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. That is terrific. By the way, DBS, I did meet Adam West. He was okay. It was cool to meet. Mary Lynn says, thank you, Rob. I'm headed to bed. Good night, Mary Lynn. Good night. Saba says, and thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for being here. And I'm sorry for what you went through. Saba says, John Doe, I don't have an exact number, but enough to fill multiple books. Cherry says, Mary Lynn, night love. Saba says, books are called Haunted Alberta and Cool, says Jazz. Okay, spoilers for Ghostbusters. If you don't want to know, now's the time to leave. Now's the time. And I thank you. First of all, I'm going to say, yes, Cherry, thank you for coming. Yes, thank you for coming. If you don't want to hear spoilers, I understand. Ghostbusters, final word before I drop the spoilers. Go see it. Stay for the credits. Don't leave the credits. Stay to after the credit scrolls. The movie all comes together. So if you're confused as the movie goes along, it comes together nicely. It is, in my opinion, I friggin' love this movie, and I think I'm going to go see it again on Sunday just because I love it that much. Who you going to call, Witchy One? Who you going to call? A lot of nostalgia, and I will say that this third movie, there are things in it that will hit you in the head from the original. They do some things that it's just, oh my God, I remember this from the original. You will see that in this movie. A lot of what they call Easter eggs in this movie, tons of them. It is fantastic. It is terrific. I loved it. Stay for the credits and the post credits. There's two 2-minute scenes. One is during the credit and one is after the credits. So make sure you stay for those credits if you're going to see Ghostbusters. Now, let's get into spoilers. So if you don't want to know, I get it. I totally get it. And I love you. Thank you for coming here. Now, okay, just tell me one thing. Is there any references to the video game, yes or no? No. If you have any questions, I will answer them right now. If you have any questions about the movie, which was says, who are you going to call? Well, you know who I'm going to call. And by the way, they do say that line in the movie. It's brought up once in the movie, which was funny, made me laugh. There's nothing about the references to the video game Ghostbusters, which is a fantastic video game. And I wish that they did make references, but they didn't. Okay, so good night, MJ. Thanks for coming by. Video game is Retcon. I love that video game. I love it. Saba says, always stay through the credits. There is always hidden stuff. Yes. So here we go. Ghostbusters. So it starts off. Spoilers. And spoilers. Here we go. So the movie starts off with the family, which you see in the trailer, and it's exactly what they said. They're at home. The mom's having trouble paying rent. The father was a scumbag, for these two kids. And she is the daughter of Egon Spengler, okay? So I just want you to know that that's going to give you, Richie one says, I can't wait to see the movie. Thanks, Rob. No spoilers, got to go. Okay, go, Richie one. Go. So the movie starts off, and this is how it happens. We see a car busting through some gates. I think I don't know what it is. The guy's looking. He has something in the there's something in a trap. Something is in the Ghostbuster trap on the passenger side. So the van is going, and I think he doesn't pay attention, and he hits something in the road, and the car. That scared the living fuck out of me. Somebody was outside screaming their head off. Scared the fuck out of me. I almost shit my pants right now. I almost shit my pants. That scared the shit out of me. And that was live. Only this stuff happens on my live stream. Some idiot is screaming there at whatever time it is, 1 in the morning, I don't even know the time. Damn, that scared the fuck out of me. Wow. Man, I gotta calm down. That scared the hell out of me. Holy shit. During a Ghostbusters stream, talking ghost stories, talking about the movie, somebody screaming his head off out the window. Man, that scared me. Damn you, whoever you are at this time in the morning. Anyway, so he's in the car, something's in the trap, he doesn't pay attention, hits something, car spins out of control. He goes through this cornfield to his home. He's running to the home, and he holds the trap just like this. And there's a light coming from the trap. We don't see what's following. We don't know what's following. Something is following him through the cornfield. And then it gets to this area he has full of dirt, right? So it's stomping on the dirt. You just see the imprints of like a foot stomping in the dirt coming towards him. He presses down on this pedal, like the ghost trap. And things spark, and whatever he planned on doing didn't work. And I think he was trying to trap it. I think it was a whole trap, but it didn't work. He runs into the house. He takes the trap, and he hides the trap on the bottom. And he's sitting in the chair. And this is Egon. This is who it is. But we don't see his face. We're surprised. Yes, it was Egon in the beginning, still alive. Yes, it was. Yeah. So he's sitting in the chair. Yes, you're right, Rip Surfer Guy. He's sitting in a chair like this, and he's got the PKE meter, and the PKE meter goes, it just goes like that, and this cloud of smoke comes from behind him, white smoke comes from behind him, and all of a sudden, if you remember the first movie with Dana Barrett, Sigourney Weaver sitting in a chair, she's like this, and the things come up, and they grab her, that's what happens with Egon. And then it cuts out. That's how Egon dies. He dies from this dog, I guess. I guess it kills him. Doesn't possess him. It kills him. But I'm not sure if it's a dog or it's just a spirit or what it is. But I never knew that ghosts could kill you until this movie. I didn't know that. I didn't know that the paranormal can come into the flesh. I didn't know that. But apparently that's what happens. And Egon gets killed. He's just gone. It goes to the family. The mother can't afford rent. She gets booted. The guy that they called him, I can't remember what they called Egon, like farm boy or the whole town. He was, again, Egon didn't talk to anybody. He didn't mess with anybody. He's like a hermit. He just didn't bother anybody. But he wasn't a hermit. And throughout the movie, they kind of make him like, he was a loser or quiet, or they made fun of him, or, stuff like that throughout the entire movie, basically. But so we don't know, why is he on the farm? What is going on? Why is he by himself? We don't know none of this. We don't understand none of this. So they get to the house, and, you saw some of it in the trailer. They're driving to the house, and they get this old decrepit farm. So they go, and there's this whole saying in the beginning about Judgment Day, which you hear in the third trailer. If you haven't watched, if you could watch the third trailer, which Dan Aykroyd, you can hear Dan Aykroyd talking about Judgment Day. It's a verse 6:15, I think, from the Bible or something about Judgment Day. So it's all there, and it's spray painted. Like he spray painted all this stuff. It was all this stuff. Like I remember that on the barn it says dirt. You know, like dirt. What's dirt? You know, but he spray painted big letters, dirt. So everything he did was kind of like in case he passed, so someone knew what the hell to do. So they get into the house, and all of a sudden there's like they get there, and like, boy, this is worse. And there's some writings on the wall, numbers on the wall. He wrote a whole bunch of numbers. We don't know what that means. And basically the earthquake happens, right? And they see that in the trailer, and they duck under the table, and and as they're ducking under the table, she sees the chair that's like ripped up because the ghost obviously got him, or whatever it was, or the dog, or whatever it was. So we see that the PKE meter is underneath the chair. So she gets the PKE meter. So she has it. The stacked books was a nice touch. I agree, Benzo. That was a nice touch. There was a stacked books that you see in the living room where they are. They're in the living room. There's a bunch of stacked books. They never really go into that, but I guess it's just more of an Easter egg to remind you about the first Ghostbusters. That's where I think that's all it is. They never talk about the stacked books. Nothing. I don't know why they didn't find that odd. I don't know why they don't bring it up. Like, why would you stack books up like that? Like, shouldn't that be weird? Shouldn't you see something? But nothing's mentioned. So it's just more of like, hey, did you catch this? Do you remember this from Ghostbusters 1? There's a bunch of stacked books like in the library. And if you remember the scene in the library, which is the one that scared the shit out of me as a kid, that the stacked books are there. So yes, that's a good point. I almost forgot that. So she gets the PKE meter. This PKE meter is the key to everything for her. That's when the whole thing starts to unravel. So they go to this new school, and she never makes any friends. What happened, Benzo? No human can stack books like that high. Yes, exactly, Benzo. Exactly. So, and that's correct. So, anyway, I hope I remember the whole movie. I only saw it once, and I was so into it. A lot of energy, a lot of adrenaline rushing. The closest, when you're watching a Marvel movie in the theater, and people leaving during the credits, and the guy next to you has a smirk like, haha, they have no idea. Yes, yeah, that feeling. Yes, I had that feeling too, because some people left and they had no idea, and they really missed some things. That really, really, really sucks. It really sucks. But it's funny. It's funny. It's a funny thing. Okay, so what happened, Sab? Lots of foxes out tonight screaming at the full moon. They sound so demonic. If you've ever heard a fox yell, no, I haven't. To be honest, maybe on TV, but I've never experienced it like I'm home and I've heard it. I can't say I have, to be honest with you, but it is creepy. I wouldn't want to be walking alone on the road hearing that sound, that's for sure. Then you're in trouble. So, okay, so she has the PKE meter, right? So, it sounds like someone possessed screaming bloody murder. Yeah, I bet it does. I'd be kind of nervous with that too. A lot of creepy stuff, Saba. Wow. So the PKE meter usually goes like this, like I know Cherry's going to make fun of me when I said it. It rises. Go ahead, Cherry. You can say Rob said it rises. Yeah, go ahead. So what happens is, it's funny. Like, so she sees it rise and she turns this way and nothing happens, and she turns the other way, and like the door opens. And it leads her some. Oh, I forgot. Before any of that happens. I'm sorry. Take care, Hen. Great. Thanks for coming by. They go to the school and they meet the teacher, which is Paul Rudd, and he just puts a movie on, a Cujo, a horror movie, whatever, dogs that attacks people. I don't remember the movie. I think it was from Stephen King. And they have the earthquake, and he's trying to figure out the earthquake, and she comes in the back, and he's like, well, hello, like, why aren't you watching the movie? And she's very smart, so she starts talking about the earthquake, and so she knows exactly what he's talking about, and he just finds it weird that they're not on a fault line. They're not, like, anything you could think of that would cause this earthquake, it's a small town. So like you see in the trailer, what could possibly be causing this earthquake? It doesn't make any sense, and it's all the time happening in this town. What could possibly be causing this? It doesn't make any damn sense, right? You'll find out later in the movie. We'll go over that, right? So you find out later in the movie what happens to it, why it's causing the earthquakes. So they're trying to figure all this out. She goes home. She has a chessboard, right? And then she gets the PKE meter, and like the whole chessboard falls down, and the thing's going a little wacky. So basically, the door opens and it leads us somewhere. Oh, but again, I keep forgetting. This was a great part of the movie. So she wakes up, and there's a chess piece that's moved, like the pawn's moved, and she's like, "That's odd. I put the whole chessboard back together in its proper place." Okay, for the fun of it. So she moves the piece. She goes to school. She comes back, and she notices on the chessboard there's another move made. It's kind of odd. Yeah, her not believing in ghosts, I felt was strange. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that was kind of strange, but I mean, maybe she didn't have any experience, especially after the events of the first two. You know what, but Benzo, but think about this. I don't, because it was a part when she said, well, this happened 20 years ago. We weren't even born. So remember that then as the movie goes along, they start to discover what happened, and they talk about it, and they talk about it in the school. He tells the kids, he says, "Didn't you guys know this? Didn't you go?" And the kid, and she looks at him and she says, "Well, this was before we even born. How would we know? And especially if my mom didn't tell me." And he mentions her dad, and she says, "Well, Dad's not here. It's only Mom." So I don't think she knew about the Ghostbusters, and she knew any of it. She didn't know that Egon was her grandfather, right? She finds all this out as the movie goes along. So, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, that's why. So I think that's why when she says, I don't believe in ghosts, because she probably never went through anything like I went through that. So I definitely believe. And hearing all you guys tell stories tonight, I so believe in ghosts, especially with all these stories and spirits. I believe in all that. I totally believe. What it just felt Ghostbusters 2 explanation to me. Oh, okay. I mean, everybody felt a different way. I loved the friggin' movie. I loved it. But hey, each their own. I loved the friggin' movie. So anyway, what else happens? I can't remember everything perfectly, so I may go out of order, but just bear with me. Again, I only saw it once. I know the adrenaline was flying, excitement was flying. I was feeling all these emotions. So anyway, what happens, Saba? Really, really want to see this now. Stupid effing lockdown. It's a great movie, Saba. It really is. Saba, if you want, I did film the end scene, the very last 2 minutes. I filmed it on the phone. I won't put it on YouTube because I'll get a copyright. But if anybody wants to see the last 2 minutes, or if you saw the movie and didn't know about it, I can send it to you. I have the last 2 minutes. I can put on YouTube as private, unlisted, and I could send the link. If you guys want to see it, I could send it to you. I could put it in the members only, but I'm not going to monetize it, obviously, because I'll get a copyright. So it's not meant to be monetized. But I did film the last 2 minutes. I should have filmed the credits also, those 2 minutes, but I think I will go see it again, and I'll film it just to have those 4 minutes on my phone. I'd love to have that. So anyway, so as the movie goes along, things start to happen in the house. And whenever that PKE meter, basically it's taken her to a part of the house that Egon had, his laboratory. She finds the laboratory. She finds the proton packs. She winds up finding the ghost trap, and this is where Paul Rudd gets involved. She brings in the ghost trap. And he's like, "Oh, man, that's a cool replica of the trap." And she's like, "What the hell are you talking about? Are you going to go see the Matrix movie around Christmas?" "I don't know if I'm going to go see the Matrix movie. I'll buy it when it comes out on DVD." "Okay." Nicole says, "Saba, oh, that sounds creepy. Like, yeah, there could be foxes or really smart werewolves trying to trick people." Yeah, it does sound creepy. Okay, yeah. So I'm losing my place. So basically, as the PKE mute goes off, it's basically Egon with her trying to guide her. So as she goes and discovers, he puts on the lamps, he guides her in a direction. She finds the proton pack. She's able, with the help of him, actually, she's able to say, she realizes it's him. There's like a lampshade that goes right on top of her. So like he's kind of controlling the lampshade. So he's kind of leading her to everything, to discover. She discovers the outfit. She discovers the proton pack. She puts the proton pack together. Her brother, meantime, discovers the Ecto-1. He uncovers it, and he starts working on the Ecto-1. And that's what you see in the movie when he starts to... And it's great nostalgia because it brings up, like in the Ghostbusters movie, when they're going to go, the end scene, they have the garage lift off. They had the same thing happen here. And you feel, again, another Easter egg, how the garage slowly opens up and you see the Ecto-1, the license plate of the Ecto-1. And then, oh, it's great. I just love that scene. I love that. That's great. It's a great feeling to see this. What happened? I like that, but they still had the character involved despite the actors passing. They still had the character involved. Right, right. But, it's Ghostbusters. So you have to remember that his spirit lingered. He stayed in the home. He knew what was coming. So somehow he was able, kind of like Star Wars, like a Force ghost, But he was able to be there. I don't know how. Maybe because of the portal. Maybe because there's other ghosts. They don't really clearly explain it. But, if you want to nitpick, you can. I mean, I guess. One experienced poor fear come face to face with an adult moose. That will surely make you... Yeah, I'm not sure I want to meet these animals up close. I mean, I've seen deer, bunny, fox, turkey. I had a turkey stop in front of my car and look at me and go, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what the hell, man? I could have you for Thanksgiving dinner. I'll just run you over my car. What's wrong with you? Turkey telling me off like I did something wrong to it. It's so funny. Moose is a man. Yeah, I bet they are. I bet they are. So anyway, basically, the whole thing leads up to this mountain. Remember, they go to the well. He likes this girl, and what do you give the movie out of 10? Wow. I listen, I'm going to be biased because I fucking love it. I'd have to give it a 9. Like I said, you could nitpick at the ghost thing, that Egon was a ghost, and that's how she finds everything because he keeps leading her that way. You could nitpick at it, but I think that the movie at the end goes for Harold. I think it had a lot of nostalgia. I loved that. 8 for you. Okay. I love that Harold Ramis, they this is like a tribute to him. They miss him. And this is their way of saying, hey, we miss you. We never forgot you. I think it's beautiful. I think the end is beautiful. I love how they did it. I really didn't have a problem with it. I mean, if you want to nitpick, you could nitpick about Egon and him being a ghost and him being there and the light coming there, and his spirit being there. You could... I think I would wish that, and I would wish the end, especially... I would wish that for me to have a closure, but there's so many people that passed. I would love to see them like that and be able. I would love that ending to be for me, so I could have a closure. That the person's there, and I know it's my friend or it's my relative or it's my coworker, and I could give them that hug, or I could say, "Hey, man, I love you. I'm so sorry, and I hope you're okay," and maybe ask a question. I would love that moment to happen, but and I'd probably shit my pants. I want it to happen, but then if it did happen, I'd probably shit my pants, in the same token. So, so they bring back any of the old ghosts, like no, the marshmallows you see in the trailer, those are brought back. The dogs are brought back. Okay, here's the big one. They bring back Gozer. Gozer is brought back, and it really good. Gozer looks good. I love the way they made Gozer. Very good. Very good. So it's Gozer again. It's that guy. He set this up, that Ivo, whatever his name is. His name is all over the town. He made he did the structure in the first Ghostbusters. They used practical effects for the dog. Yeah, it was great. The dogs were great. The Marshmallow Man was great. The little marshmallow was hysterical. It was a good, funny part. They're in the blenders, blend them. They blend each other. They put each other making s'mores. It was Shandor. Yes, Shandor. Yes, there was slime in it. Slimer is not in it, but there is slime in the movie. Like the ectoplasma, it's in the movie, but not Slimer. New ghosts. There's a blue ghost. The blue no Slimer. The blue ghost that you see in the trailer, he eats iron. It's like iron bars and anything iron he seems to eat on. So maybe a different kind of Slimer, you might say, is blue instead of green. And instead of eating human food, this thing is eating metals. You know, that's a great question, John Doe. That's the person that's missing. That is the one person that is missing from this movie. Rick Moranis is missing from the movie. And I'll tell you this much. A couple months ago, you can look this up if you want. Rick Moranis got punched in the face in New York. I'm not going to lie about that. Rick Moranis was in the streets in New York, and some guy just hate crime, baby. I don't know. But I'll read you the story real quick. I'm going to put it, I'll read you real quick. Do they have a story for him being left? No, they don't. They don't mention him. He's not mentioned. Yeah, hold on. I'm going to read it to you. Hold on. I knew you guys. I had a lot to talk about Ghostbusters. I was hoping you guys were interested. That's why I did ghost stories. I wanted to get this all in. Yeah, that's right. I remember hearing that. Hold on. Rick. I'm going to read it to you. Moranis punched. I'll put. That should come up. Rick Moranis randomly punched in the head by a man in New York City. This, I'm going to read this to you. Estimated reading time is only a minute, so it shouldn't be long. This comes from CNN. Hold on, a bunch of ads are coming my way now. Not that I need that. Actor Rick Moranis, known for Ghostbusters and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, was randomly attacked by a stranger Thursday while walking New York City's Upper West Side. The attack occurred in broad daylight, just before 7:30 a.m. on... Shh, I don't need you. Stupid ad. Just before 7:30 a.m. on Central Park West near 70th Street, the New York Police Department said. Video taken from surveillance cameras showed the suspect walk towards Moranis, 67 years old, and punched him in the head, knocking him to the ground. I'm going to show you the video now so you can see it. And actually, with this, I can actually do this with my phone, which I can't do with StreamYards. So here we go. We're going to play the video for you. This is Rick Moranis getting punched in the face, in the head. Maybe I could turn it this way. That's the guy. Where's the punch? Where's the punch? I didn't see it. Let me play it again. Well, I'm gonna make this bigger. Oh, it's very quick. It's very quick. Hold on. I'm gonna wait, rewind. You're gonna have to catch it on the corner here. It's very quick. Hold on. I'm gonna wind it. Watch this, real quick. It's very dark too. Oh. Show it again. I'm gonna keep repeating it. Hold on. Keep watching. Keep watching. Turn the screen a little bit more. Hold on. I don't want to view replies. I want to watch it again. It's very sudden. I'm going to try to... That's as far as I could zoom in with the camera. Hold on. And they don't show the punch. I don't understand. They just show the guy. I don't know. I don't know where this punch is, but they just show the guy. Let me see if I can see it myself. Hold on. Oh, I do see it. Holy shoot. I do see it. Wow. He gets clocked. I mean, he gets clocked. Wow. It's very quick. It's right in the beginning. Very quick. Watch again. I'm just trying to get as much of this as I can. I don't know why I can't get this corner correctly. Hold on. Let's watch it again. Real quick. Watch the top here. Come on. Show it, damn it. Why don't they show it? What the fuck, man? Boom. Right there. Boom. This guy right here. Boom. Clocks him. Clocks him. And he just clocks him. Holy crap. Let me try it again. Hold on. He clocked him. I don't know why it's so fucking dark. I can't seem to get the light. This is better. This is better. I'm trying to get this to show you guys. It's very dark, but it's there. So just look up Rick Moranis, and you'll see it. Yeah, that's he gets hit. He gets hit. He really gets hit. So anyway, so let's get back to the stream. So basically, they find out. Yeah, what a thug. Yeah, he just walks away like it's nothing, and he's got an "I Love New York" shirt on. What a fucking piece of shit. Really, seriously. He just goes over and clocks him. That to me is a hate crime. There's no reason whatsoever that he did that. He just saw Rick Moranis and went, boom, just comes over for no reason. Rick Moranis didn't approach him. He didn't say anything. He just clocked him. He just clocked him. It's totally wrong. Totally wrong in every single way. So what happened? The only thing new I've seen lately is the News of the World. I liked it. I have a thing for Tom Hanks. I saw Shazam. I loved it. I saw Joker. Loved it. Very dark movie. There was one part that was a little gruesome, but I loved it. I saw The Accountant. That was very good. And those are 3 movies I saw, and I saw this movie, obviously. I'm going to go see Spider-Man. So those are the movies I've seen. What else can I say? So throughout the movie, there's a lot of nostalgia. The Ecto-1, a couple of scenes you're going to recognize, like the books stacked, like he said, the PKE, the proton packs, the ghosts shooting up, like we saw in the other Ghostbusters movie, if you remember when they escaped from the firehouse, when the guy shuts off, the Walter Peck shuts off, and the ghosts come up. Had that there. This is in this movie. You see that also. How the ghosts are going through New York flying like that. Same thing here. The Twinkie. Yes, the Twinkie. His glasses. You see that when she opens, she finds Spengler's shirt, his suit. So before she finds a Nestle Crunch bar. She finds his glasses. There's the Twinkies in the glove compartment. Finally got my hands on season 10 of the... Okay. But it's a great movie. It's a great movie, and it comes down basically that in order for Gozer to come back, she needs the keymaster and the gatekeeper. So some of the ghosts get out. What happens is he's in Walmart, right? Paul Rudd, after he has a date with the mom. And they get the Ecto-1, and they're driving the Ecto-1, and you see that in the clip that they're trying to shoot the ghost, and they're going through town, and they're hitting things, and the ghost flies through town, and people are like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? The ghost is flying through town. So some of the ghosts apparently are coming. And the Marshmallow Men, they're out, and Paul Rudd's like shopping in Walmart. You've seen that in the trailer with the Marshmallow Men, and he's trying to make s'mores of them, and there's knocking blenders over and in the blender and twirling themselves in the blender. Crazy. It's funny. It's funny. But it's good nostalgia. So he comes down the aisle and he's like, oh shit. And the big dog is there. The huge ass dog is there eating dog food. I'm interested to see how Paul Rudd fits in since he's usually. Yeah, he's at Walmart like I was in Target. Yes, John, though. Exactly. Exactly. I'm interested to see how Paul Rudd fits in. He's a science teacher. So what happens is, I forgot this. They have the ghost trap. He thinks it's not real. As he drops it, he realizes it's real. They hook it up to the school bus. So they're trying to open it. They do successfully open it, but in opening it, it's a scene from the trailer. That's when the big werewolf, you think it's a werewolf, like rah, comes out, and it goes to the mountain. And the mountain's where the Temple of Gozer is. This guy, Shendor, built the Temple of Gozer, not only in New York apartment, but he's also built it in this small town, probably thinking that no one's going to find him, right? Science teacher, yeah. Love interest from mom. Yes. Benzo hit it on point. So they let out the dog. The dog winds up in Walmart. When the dog winds up in Walmart, guess who's there? Paul Rudd. So the dog chases him, and what happened was, as the spirit was going, it rolled the glass. So he doesn't have a front what do you call it? Not windshield. Windshield, yeah, the front windshield's gone. So it's funny. He slides through the front windshield. He's trying to fiddle in for his keys. He's jumping around trying to get the key. And as he does that, the dog sits on the front of the car, and you just see the tire go, and he's like, oh, shit. And the dog, bah! And if you remember from Ghostbusters 1, again, the dogs possess the person. So a little nostalgia, they get him, and now there's the other dog. Remember, they got to mate. They got to get together. They got to be together in order for Gozer to appear, the gatekeeper and the keymaster, right? So Gozer needs both of them to manifest itself. So Paul Rudd becomes the dog, which is funny. So what else happens in the movie? I can't remember everything in order particular, so sorry. What else happens in the movie? I'm trying to think. So they go visit the well. It's the girl, the brother and sister. They go to the well because they have a feeling that when they chasing the ghost and they trap the blue ghost, they said it's going to the mountain. We were just at the mountain. We heard that, coming out. We also heard Gozer. So whatever it is, there's something in this mountain. So they take the thing down to the well, and they see it's a whole tomb. And that guy's body is there, but it looks good. His body is there. There's open areas, spaces open, like tombs open. They find that guy Shandor's body is there. He's dead, but they find him. Like, he's in good condition for somebody who's dead many, many years. His body didn't deteriorate. There's a statue of Gozer there. So they're inspecting everything. And all of a sudden, the ghosts start coming out from this well sacrifice that they called it, where miners were there, and the miners are gone, right? So they closed the mine down, and the temple just appeared. So basically, like sacrifice, right? So these things are trying to come up, and all of a sudden, you see the Ghostbusters, like guns, just shoot, all hit, cross, and shoot into the well. So the earthquake is caused because they're trying to come out, but Egon set it up because he knew what was going on. He figured this whole thing out. He set it up so when they rose, the PKE, they had to hit another PKE meter. It would go off. When the PKE meter went off, the guns would shoot, the streams would cross, and it'd keep the ghost there, which caused the earthquake and caused the ghost to settle down. And that's why every day they were having this event. That's why the earthquakes were happening. So that riddle gets solved. But the dogs are on the loose, right? So one gets Paul Rudd, one gets her mom. And when they come home, they see her mom. Oh, they also go to jail. There's a scene with them going to jail. They get busted because they shot up the town, and the mother and him have to say, get them out. I don't know why they're minors. They shouldn't be in jail anyway, but whatever. And it's what the girl's father, who the boy is interested. He has interest in the girl that he meets. He sees her. He has interest in her. Anyway, you see the movie, it'll be more explained. I don't think it's a major scene, but they keep some of their equipment. It's locked up. The mother's mad at them, and that's when later on they keep discovering things, because he's there in the house, and that's how they discover more things. And the girl's discovering, she finds, like I said, she found the trap, she found the proton pack, she found the laboratory. She's finding all this stuff. So the mother happens to get the PKE meter. They're not home. She finds the PKE meter. The thing goes off. It leads her to the barn. She goes in the barn. She finds the pole. She goes down the pole where the laboratory is. And the lamp leads her to all these pictures of her, because she says, oh, hold on, I'll get you in a minute, Benzo, because she thinks that her father never cared about her. And by the way, when they call the Ghostbusters and they call Ray and it goes, Ray's a cult, the kid's in jail, and she explains to Ray, Egon was my grandfather. And Ray's really mad because he's like, that bastard, he left us. He took all the equipment. Everything was taken. We were getting ghosts, but we weren't as busy, as we used to be. We're getting a call here, a call there weekly, whatever. Wasn't enough. We were struggling. And then he took everything. He took the car. He took the proton packs. And he calls me 10 years later. So Ray is pissed off at Egon. Everybody seems to be pissed off at Egon. Her daughter's pissed off at Egon. So everybody's mad, but they don't realize that Egon knew what was coming. Egon knew. He knew where to go. He figured it all out. He figured that the temple goes. He figured it all out. And he was trying to end it himself. He was willing to sacrifice himself for the greater good of everybody. That's what he was trying to do. Now, let me get to your comments real quick, and I'll finish up the story for you. Hold on. Benzo says, they definitely have some Ghostbusters type swearing in this. Yes. Or rather, Ghostbusters 1 type swearing. Saba says, the trip to Target was so much fun. Maybe one day I'll join the live and bring you all to Canadian Tire. Best store ever. That'd be interesting. Benzo says, I found it weird that Egon just up and left without telling at least Ray about the Shindor mind. Benzo says, not telling Winston and Peter, I understand, but Ray is a bit of a head scratcher. Did they bring back just the characters or the actors themselves in the same roles? The actors themselves in the same roles come back at the end, and I'll get to that. So basically, the mother sees the pictures that he has like a whole shrine of everything about her life, and she feels better because she thought that her father didn't care about her and didn't love her. Meantime, he went there to save everybody. He went there to sacrifice. I think he didn't want to tell Ray or any of them because... Oh, you haven't seen the trailer. Watch the trailers. There's 3 trailers or 4 trailers, but watch all the trailers. It'll give you a little bit of the movie. Definitely watch the trailers. So, basically, I feel, Benzo, that Egon didn't want them involved. He wanted to save everybody. He didn't want to risk their lives. These are really close, tight buddies. Maybe he felt that this is really bad, and I could do this myself. I need everything. I know what to do. He probably planned it all out. He probably knew about it, studied it, knew what he was going to do. And that's why the thing he captured was the dog. Because without the 2 dogs being together, Gozer can't come. And that's why he hid the trap with the ghost, with the dog in his living room. That's why he hid it there. Because even if the other one came for him, they couldn't find the one they needed. They just knew he took it, but they didn't know what he did with it. And he hid it, and then she finds it. She finds it because of all the hints he keeps dropping. So she winds up finding the trap. And unfortunately, they let out the dog, which starts the hell. Which leads to Paul Rudd and the daughter, Egon's daughter, becoming dogs. But they fall more in love at the end of the movie. So basically... the dog's now Paul Rudd and her. Like I said, she called the Ghostbusters. She got in touch with Ray. Ray was bitter towards what Egon did. She explains that she's Egon's, that Egon had passed, and that that was his grandfather. That was her grandfather. So, and then the phone gets hung up, and Ray's like, hello, hello. So we don't see them again. We only see Dan Aykroyd. But towards the end of the movie, They all realize they've got to do something here. The mother's the dog, he's the dog. They got to do something. They know what's coming. They get their equipment from the back from the police station, because what it is, that ghost, remember I told you earlier that ghost ate metal? So what the boy did, he calls himself, what did he call himself? What do you call those things? Podcast. He named himself Podcast because he always does podcasts. So what he did was he saw the trap, so he knew that the ghost that ate the metal was there, so they couldn't get in the bars. He said, so his plan was, let the ghost out, let the ghost eat the bars will open, we can get our equipment. That's exactly what happens. He lets the ghost out of the trap, the blue ghost comes out, eats through the bars, takes off, goes, I guess, to the mountain, takes off, and they get the proton pack and the stuff that they need, the equipment they need, so they grab it, So they all wear the suits, the girl, her brother, her, and the kid who's called, they named him, oh God, I just said it, Podcast. They all go and they see the mother, just like Ghostbusters 1, that the mother and Paul Rudd step up and the lightning hits them and they turn into the dog, and then Gozer appears, right? And they're watching this, like hiding. And then the guy Shendor comes to life. And he's like, my queen, I set this all up for you. I'm so happy you're here. She takes him and rips him in two. Just like this. Boom. Like she doesn't care about this guy. She doesn't care. Which to me is always a mistake. It's your overconfidence as a villain that kills them. And that was Gozer's mistake. Gozer should have left him alive. Because this was the man who made it happen. Who brought you back. And you never know if you need him again. Just saying, Gozer. Just saying. Big mistake. So anyway, he's dead. She's sitting on her throne. The dogs are there. The girl comes. Now, in the beginning of the movie, I forgot this too. She meets him at school. He's called Podcast. They become friends. She never had any friends. And she tells corny jokes. Really corny, like science jokes. So she's sitting there, Gozer, trying to tell corny science jokes, as a distraction. And trying to distract them. So they put the trap underneath. They capture one of the dogs. The mother falls. They grab the mom. They all bust in the car. They bust out of the mine. Gozer, of course, is not going to let them get away with this. So Gozer goes after them, right? They go back to the farm. They're trying to shoot the dog. The dog's chasing through the town. They're trying to shoot the dog, with the side, the side thing that Vegan invented that comes out. So she's trying to shoot him. And the mother's like, wow, she can't believe. The mother's trying to tell him the whole story. He's like, yeah, we know everything, Mom. Mom, we know everything. Don't worry about it. They go back to the farm. They know that the dirt, remember the big dirt thing? She realizes that it's not a farm. She realizes that under the dirt are traps, and that's how he tried to get Gozer. But what she doesn't know is it didn't work the first time. In the beginning of the movie, they show you that. So, Gozer's coming. Mom's there. She has the traps. Same thing as Egon. Baiting Gozer to step on the dirt. Gozer steps on the dirt. They hit the ghost trap thing. The thing goes off, but it's so many traps, there's not enough power for the traps to work. And the traps go off. And they're like, crap. Didn't work. So, Gozer winds up and gets the trap, knocks them down, gets the thing comes out of the trap, and it's the dog again. This time the dog possesses the girl that her brother likes. She's now the dog. Gozer's got the two dogs again, got the gatekeeper and the keymaster again, Paul Rudd. And what happens is Paul Rudd also, since he's also human form, he's able to take the traps that was set up, that Egon set up in the mountain. He busts up the machine so all the ghosts come out. I forgot to tell you that part. So basically it's 4 guns facing this way into the well. He comes from behind and he jerks one of them to shoot at the other gun to destroy the guns. So the guns are no longer keeping the ghosts into them, that they could all be released. That's what he was doing. He's letting the spirits come out of the well. And Paul Rudd does that. And then you see the scene in the trailer when all the spirits are going through town. That's because Paul Rudd, who's possessed now, did that. So I forgot to tell that part. That was another part of the movie. And that reminds you of the New York City in the first Ghostbusters when you see all the spirits, different colors going through the city. Same thing happens here. So again, a little nostalgia. So anyway, at the end, right, so now Gozer's got, it looks like Gozer's going to beat them all. So the little girl with the glasses, Egon's daughter, granddaughter, she grabs the gun. She starts trying to get Gozer, and Gozer's fighting back with some kind of lightning, kind of like this movie when Palpatine was going against Rey. That's what kind of remind me of. So they're fighting against each other. Gozer's trying to get her. She's using the thing. The mom's screaming like, like you can do it, I guess. And she needs help, obviously. So her brother comes out the side. He tries to shoot, but he can't shoot because the marshmallow people are fucking up his proton pack. And they're like, oh my God, we got another person. She's like, come on, help me. We got to get Gozer. Come on, we got to get Gozer. She can't get Gozer. She can't get Gozer in the trap. Nothing seems to be working. So all of a sudden, guess who shows up? Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, and Ernie Hudson. And Bill Murray goes, did you miss us? And they start shooting crossing the streams and trying to help out. And it goes like, blah, busts out of it, and they go flying, and they hit the car. And Bill Murray's saying some really, really funny jokes, talking like he did the first one. And Ray also does his skit with Gozer in the first one. Gozer the Gozerian. He does a whole spiel. It's so funny. They also mention, Gozer goes, are you a god? And then Bill Murray turns to Ray. Ray's thinking about it. He's like, come on, Ray. Come on. Don't fuck this up again. And he goes, yes. Yeah, this time he says yes. So it's funny. They have little things like that. Also in the movie, they go, who you going to call? Like the sheriff talks to the girl when she got arrested. She goes, don't I make a phone call? She said, who are you going to call? And she winds up calling Ray. I forgot that. That's a little nostalgia. So anyway, they wind up that the three Ghostbusters with her and the kid, they finally get rid of the Marshmallow Man. They all combine forces to hold Gozer. And what happens is her brother, instead of shooting Gozer, realizes they don't have enough juice. I got a great idea. So he takes the proton pack, he fires it towards these big things, and that's just enough power to set off all the traps. And then Gozer and all of them get sucked in. And that's how it ends. So they get Gozer. The dogs again turn, like the first movie, again, nostalgia, turned to this like charcoal. All the ghosts that were flying around seem to have get sucked into this whole trap. I don't know how these ghosts get sucked in when they're in town. I don't get it. That I didn't understand. I don't think I ever got that part. Like, why would they get sucked in? Like, automatically Gozer gets sucked in, so they all get sucked in. I don't know, kind of a little weird. I also thought that the Ghostbusters would have gone back to the temple to shut the temple portal door, because the temple is the portal. I was like, don't they have to go back there and cross the streams and shoot it like they did in the first movie? But they didn't do that. So I wonder, did they close the temple? I think that's open on purpose. I think that's open because I think there's more coming. Just have a feeling. Now, let me explain. So, okay, they saved the day. I might miss a few parts, but if you see the movie, you're getting the gist of all this. So, as they do all this, and as she's trying to shoot the girl, I forgot that there's another part. During the thing, you see a ghostly hand helping her fight against Gozer, and it's Egon. So Egon is helping her steady herself, fight against Gozer. And everybody's pretty amazed. They're all like... So you actually get to see Egon. And, it's a very touching moment. You can see all of them. They're very touched by this. They miss him. Ray misses him. Ray says, I think Ray says he's sorry. And then Peter says a funny line, says, oh, I knew you'd be here all the time, or something like that. And the daughter's crying, and she hugs her dad, and he actually hugs, physically he's able to hug her as a spirit, which I couldn't understand that, but somehow that it happens. So there's a couple of things you can nitpick in the movie if you really want to sit there and nitpick. But again, he's a ghost, he's a spirit. That's the whole fun of the movie. Like, if these people can be ghosts, why can't he be a ghost? He didn't leave. He didn't leave because he wasn't done. His work wasn't done. So that's why I don't think he crossed. I don't think that spirits cross because they feel like either they can't accept that they're dead, or they feel like I haven't finished what I set out to do. And I think that's why he's still there. But then once this is done, everything he worked towards, he accomplished. He finished. He completed. Gozer's done. They fixed everything, and the town is safe. And so he looks at them, and they all look at him, and you just, if you don't feel it here, you don't have a heart. Seriously, if you don't feel it here, I don't know what to tell you. Because man, I felt it. I felt that, and I miss Harold Ramis, and it's so sad that he's not here. But you really feel it, and at the end, and then you see his spirit just, because he's done. He has accomplished what he set out to do, and it's just a very touching ending. And then they go back to a little more nostalgia. You could hear Paul Rudd trying to get out. Like he's stuck in this charcoal thing, and they bust him out, and they bust his girlfriend out, of the I guess the charcoal. I don't know, whatever's left. And it's funny, the kid inside, he was zapping the marshmallows, so he's all full of marshmallows. And again, if you remember, Rick Moranis was full of marshmallow, right? So they have Dan Aykroyd go talk to him, just like in the first one. Getting nostalgia, and he finds out that he's podcasting. He says, "You're my one subscriber." He said, "Yeah, in episode 46, that was classic," or something like that. And it's really good. It's a good ending, very touching. It ends with For Harold, very touching ending. I really loved it. And then we get the credits. Now, here's the other scene. So they start putting the big names, and then they put Sigourney Weaver. I was like, Sigourney Weaver? Did I miss? Oh, Annie Potts is in the movie too. When they come into the house, I forgot this part in the beginning of the movie. Ann Potts comes in and she talks about Egon and her father, and he could barely pay the bills and stuff. That's also in the trailer, but it's in the kind of beginning of the movie. You see Ann Potts, and it felt great to see her. I was so happy to see her. Yeah, Janie Melnitz, she plays. It was so great to see Annie Potts. It really was great because she really loved Egon. So I'm wondering, who was Egon with? Like, I wish he was with Annie Potts. I wish she would have said, "Well, I know your dad passed, but I'm your mom." That would have been, I would have went crazy. I would have went crazy had they said that this woman that was her mother. And there was more of Annie Potts in this movie. I think it would have been great, but they didn't go that route. I think they could have went that route, and they should have went that route. I think it would have been more fun having Anne know Egon's around, and I think it would have been really touching. I mean, they really would have hit home. Really would have hit home. But I guess to tell the story that Egon ran away from everybody, I guess that's why. So she basically was the caretaker of the home. No Rick Moranis. Don't know why. Don't understand it. No explanation. No nothing about Rick Moranis in this movie. Don't get it. Don't know why they didn't put him in the movie. He wasn't. No Gregory Peck, the guy who plays him. Walter Peck, whatever it is. Walter Peck. No mention of him in the movie. No mention of the 2016 Ghostbusters either. Nothing about that. So, it was just great. It was great to see the old, the new, the passing of the torch, done very classic. I love the way they did it. I think it was fantastic. Nice tribute to Harold Ramis. The end, it's a Sigourney Weaver. So, again, more nostalgia. Peter's in the chair, and she's holding the cards up, and there's three waves, and he gets it correct. She has another card, there's a star card, and she shocks him, and she's like, "I can't believe you shocked your students." And she shocks him, it's funny. She gives a taste of his own medicine. He gets the next one, and she's like, "This is unbelievable. How do you know these cards?" "You have them marked, don't you?" No. "You marked these cards." "I didn't. No, I didn't." And she shocks him again. I loved seeing Sigourney Weaver, Bill Murray. I love that part. Classic part. Had I knew that was coming, I would have recorded it. And then after the credits comes the part. Now we think Annie Potts tells us that someone sold the firehouse. They bought the firehouse. They sold it. And then they explain about each person. Because Ray explains to the kid what happened to all the characters. And I think Peter goes on to become a professor. Winston comes on to be a financial guru and owns a lot of stuff. He's very rich. And Ray goes back to Ray's occult. And this all happens because Egon took everything and left New York without telling them. And he didn't call him to 10 years later. So Ray's very bitter that Egon would have done this to him. Okay, so I hope that explains that part. It turns out that Winston was the one, he bought the firehouse. And at the end of the movie, he opens the doors, and in comes the Ecto-1. And oh, I forgot, at the end of the movie, he did say he was going to take care of the Ecto-1. So he takes the Ecto-1 back to the firehouse. So there's some nostalgia. And I think there's going to be another one because the trap is in the firehouse and it's blinking red, which is a problem. Now, I can only assume that they put Gozer and the ghost in the trap, in the storage container. But I think there's going to be another movie or a TV show. I don't know which. But I have a feeling this is not over. Web Surfers Guy says, these spoilers make me want to see the movie even more. We'll be watching this weekend. I strongly suggest, if you stayed this long, see this movie. It is fantastic. I love how they get the old with the new. This is what I wanted for Star Wars. You could kill off my character. It's fine. But do it this way. Do it in the way... Hey, Laura B., good to see you. Thanks for stopping by real quick. I appreciate it. They do it in the way that we wanted. This movie hits it out of the ballpark for me. It's done perfectly. I'm going to see this movie again. I think I'm going to go buy a ticket for Sunday. And I want to tape that part with Sigourney Weaver and Bill Murray at the end because I thought that was a fantastic part. I truly am crazy over this movie. I love the Ghostbusters. I always will. It's just a part of my soul, part of my heart. Love these guys. Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Ernie Hudson, and God rest his soul, Harold Ramis, Annie Potts, Rick Moranis. Fantastic. Loved it. Highly recommend it. Give it a 9. The only reason why I won't give it a 10 is because, just a little tacky. Like, how are you able to touch Egon? He's a ghost. He's a spirit. How's he able to physically, I don't know. Again, it's a movie, but that would be the only cringe part for me. It was touching, so I liked the part. It was very touching. I just, it's a ghost, though. How do you physically touching him? I don't understand. But very touching, very moving. Great tribute to Harold Ramis. Fantastic to have the old Ghostbusters come back. I loved it. Truly epic movie, in my opinion. Way worth the money. Go see it. You won't regret it. And that is my spoiler review. Was the cinema busy? Actually, no, which I was very disappointed. I don't know why. I mean, there were people there, but it wasn't jammed to the wall, which I don't understand. I just hope it does well. I mean, I definitely want to go see it again. I'm going to support the movie. I think it was fucking awesome. I like when they keep in touch with the original. Yes, and that's what I like. And that's what I didn't like about this. They made the originals losers. They made the originals bums. Instead of having the new and the old help the new to bring the new and teach the new and have them rise up, they didn't do that. Hey, Rosie, how are you? Good to see you. And that's it. I mean, anybody who saw the movie, you let me know if you think differently. Megan O'Shea says, I definitely need to see this movie because of you, Rob. Sounds so great. It is, Megan, you won't regret it. If you do regret it, come back to curse me out or tell me I'm wrong. But the movie, to me, is outstanding. It's terrific. The nostalgia, the Easter eggs, it makes you feel. You feel in your heart. You're excited. The momentum. The originals are in the movie. They give you that nostalgia. Like he said, the books, the Ecto-1, the proton packs, the traps, the whole nine. It's there. The firehouse. Sigourney Weaver. Everybody's in the movie except Rick Moranis is my other thing of why I couldn't give it a 10. No Rick Moranis, and I just don't like that she was able to touch Egon physically, and he was able to touch her. That was the only thing I didn't like. So they passed the torch in a proper way. Absolutely. But John Doe, I don't know if they fully passed the torch. Because the Ecto-1 is in the firehouse in New York. Oh, thank you, Rosie. You became a member for 4 months. I love you too, Rosie. And if you haven't subscribed to Rosie, hit that subscribe button. Check her out. Check out Rosie Wen. And Larry B, it's great to see you here. So, Ghostbusters, a hit, phenomenal. If you haven't watched any of them, go back, watch the first and second one, even though I know the second is not as good as the first one. It's still good enough. But I really enjoyed the original. The second one was okay. This one was a home run. I loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. I think that in the second one I think is the worst of the three, but I'm not knocking it because I still loved it. I still thought it had funny moments, and it had like Rick Moranis is trying to shoot the jello, the slime covering the building, and then it explodes, and everybody cheers for him. He's like, I did it, I did it. I love that. It's so funny. It's so funny. He thinks he did it, but he didn't do it. You know, they beat Vigo. That was funny. And then at the end, they had the painting of all of them together. I think that's funny, and they're all slimed, and it's funny. I think it had too much Oscar in it. The baby was a little too much. Did I see the 216 version? No, I did not. I only saw about half of it. I didn't see any more of it. I didn't watch the full thing. I never got to see it all. But, I mean, if it's a Ghostbusters movie itself, that could have been the passing of the torch. That's what I wanted. I thought maybe they could be daughters, nieces, something to the Ghostbusters, and it wasn't. And I thought that the Ghostbusters would be like, man, we're tired, man. We can't keep doing this. We're getting too old. We need to train someone else. I say, hey, wait a minute, I'll get my daughter. Hey, wait a minute, I'll get my niece. Hey, wait. I thought that would have been fantastic, and they didn't do it. And they should have. And even if it was an all-girl Ghostbusters team, so be it. Who cares? That's wonderful. But they didn't do it like this. And I think it was horrible, yeah. And I think that in my opinion, this movie is a home run. It's an absolute home run. And I'm telling you, Spider-Man is going to make the most money you've ever seen. It's going to come close to Endgame money or the Force Awakens money. It's going to make, Spider-Man is going to be a knockout. And when I see it, I'll do the same thing I did here tonight. I will do a live stream right after the movie. Go see Ghostbusters. You won't regret it. Thank you, Rosie Wren, for becoming a member. Thank you, Web Surfer Guy. I appreciate it. Benzo, if you're still here, or Saba says, sometimes the great cast isn't enough to make it a good movie. Sadly, 2016 was a total fail. It was. Enzo, if you're still here, and Web Surf Guy, if you're still here, I don't know. But if you are, quickly give me a rating or give me, I think someone said it was an 8. Give me any thoughts you have in the movie because you guys saw it before I clock out of here. I'm going to go meet a wrestler tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to work tomorrow night. So Sunday, I can go see the movie again. As of Monday, things will be getting back to normal on the channel. I'll be doing my stream Friday night, hopefully with Dark News and maybe Phantasmagorical. I'll try to get her in here because I know she likes Darth. I think it'd be an interesting stream to have them two together with me. So things will go back to normal next week, hopefully. Web Server says, I haven't seen it yet. I will see this weekend. Good. But I'll give you a review 10 of 10. Again, I was a little all over the place because I just remember, I forgot proper order. But I hope you got the picture. And when you see it, it's all going to come together. So in the beginning, if you're a little confused, keep this in mind. It all comes together. The originals are in it. You're going to love it. Stay for the credits. See the scene yourself. You will love it. It's good. Just don't try to drink too much because you do, you'll have to go to the bathroom and you'll be in some pain, like I was. So be careful. John says, I'm going to try to get a headset and PS4. Great. I hope you can, John, because it'll be fun to play with you. John, please be careful. Thank God you're alive. Thank God you weren't paralyzed or anything. Thank God, John. Thank God. Well, did something just appear here? Maybe I'm going crazy. Did you guys see anything here? Like about, I can't rewind this. I'm going to look later. Did you guys see anything here? I thought I saw something here. Maybe my mind's just playing with me. I don't know. I thought I saw something like pass like that. Maybe it was my hand. I don't know. Maybe I did that real quick and maybe it was me. Anyway. So that's my review. Tomorrow, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Hold on a second. Hold on. Tomorrow, I'm going to go meet this guy. I'm going to go meet him. This is Psycho Sid Vicious. So I'm going to go meet him tomorrow. pretty pumped up. I'm going to drive there. It's pretty far away from where I am, but I'm going to go meet him. Should be fun. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. He's pretty far from me, but I want to go meet him tomorrow. So that's what I'm going to do in the afternoon. And then I'm going to go work on my other job. And then Sunday, I'm going to watch some football, and I got to clean the house because, I got company. Monday, they're coming home. Maya returns, so I missed them. And that's it, that's it. And we should be back to normal Thursday's Thanksgiving. Yeah, you remember Sid Vicious? There he is. So the autograph is 40 and the full combo 60. I'm going to get the combo, which is a selfie. I also met DDP. I met him. Nice guy. So I saw this. I said, yeah, I could drive. It's a good drive for me. It's a good drive, but I'm going to go. Screw it. I'll go. So it's from 1 to 4. So I figure I'll do that. I'll come home. I'll take care of the doggy. I'll eat. And then I'm going to head out and do a lot of work, hopefully Saturday night, make some money. And then Sunday, I watch some football and clean the house, vacuum, clean up. Want it to be nice. So when they come home, DDP is so cool for me. Yeah, he was a nice guy. He took a picture with me. He put his hand like this, and I put my hand like this. So I'll if you want to see John, I could draw a picture up here if you want. I don't know if people care. I also met, I'll just tell you, I also met, you know what, let me show you some autographs. Hold on a second. I'll show you some autographs before I go. Where's my autographs? Hold on. Here they are. Here they are. So let me show you these. This is what I got recently because I'm a collector. This, by the way, I'm just going to show you something interesting. This is a letter from the New York Mets. This was in 1970. This is before I was born. I don't live at this address. This is to my father. And he got a letter stating, you're invited to work out by the New York Mets on July 15th, 1970. Please enter the press gate promptly at 9:30. No relatives or friends will be allowed to enter and watch the workout. Please bring your own equipment. And so he got invited to be on the Mets. I don't know what happened because I didn't know about this. I happened to find this when he passed. And so I put it in a plastic just to keep it there. This is like 19 things. I wrote about 19 things you should do with your life. Maybe one day I'll read it on the live stream. You should always use your manners. Don't smoke or do drugs. Don't drink too much. Always think before you act. Practice makes perfect. Save your money for the future. Stuff like that. So anyway, this is a guy called Abu Nas. You might not know him, but he has a YouTube channel. So he signed this for me. I met him in New York City during my birthday. And he wrote, Rob, you have been my favorite supporter, and I am blessed to know you. Much love and respect. So this comes from my buddy Abu Nas. He has a channel. He's part of the Dark Council. So I've been a fan of the Dark Councils, and he's one of the guys I respect. So he signed for me. This is the Majinai. He also has a channel. He's a Star Wars channel. He signed this for me. I met him in New York during my birthday. I wanted him to sign it because I want to remember the moment. And this is him again. He signed again. I should have him sign in silver. It's kind of dark, but this is the Gospel. So he signed for me also. I met him during my birthday. So I made these pictures. I made these pictures, by the way, and I asked him to sign it for me. So he signed this. I'll post a timestamp after my phone only showed. Okay. All right. This is Drunk 3PO. This is my daughter and me. We met in Florida. He has a channel. It's me and my daughter. And here's Jay. His name is Drunk 3PO. And he signed right about here. Yeah, he signed here for me. And that's him. Jay also did an interview with Gina Carano from The Mandalorian. She's also doing some other movies. He also met Gina Carano. Bastard. Lucky bastard. This is Lord Callis, also another Star Wars channel who I subscribe to. I told you I support these guys. Support a lot of YouTubers. And that's him. He signed for me. Let me see what else I have. Okay, this is one of my favorite wrestlers. I have many. This is one of them. This is the Honky Tonk Man. He was the greatest intercontinental champion of all time in WWE history. Really nice guy. I met him. This is JBL. He called himself the wrestling god. He was a fantastic guy, man. He was so kind. What a nice guy this guy was. He was a WWE champion. Really, really nice guy. I met him. This is a while ago. Another nice guy. This is Kevin Nash, another wrestler. I met him. Awesome guy. This guy I met in New Jersey. This is Jerry the King Lawler. Very nice guy. He wrote to my pal Robert, Jerry the King Lawler, WWE Hall of Fame. So he signed for me. I was a big WWE fan. I don't follow it now as much, but this is Kurt Angle. He said, Robert, it's true. Kurt Angle, Hall of Fame 2017. This is him, Kurt Angle. This is Carlito, another one of my favorite wrestlers. His expression is, I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. He would spit apples like the wrestlers. It's so fun. So I told him, I said, listen, I'm not as cool as you, so please don't spit an apple in my face. He started laughing. This is DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, from WCW. You might remember him, Diamond Cutter. This is William Shatner from Star Trek, the guy who just flew to space, 90-year-old guy. He signed for me. This is Dwight Gooden. He played on the Mets. Very famous pitcher on the Mets. Awesome guy. Very terrific guy. Fantastic guy. I met some Giants. I don't remember. I think this is, who's this? This is, hold on, I'll tell you in a second. God. Thomas Pepper Johnson, New York Giant, former New York Giant. That's him. We'll skip this. Okay, this is Larry Holmes and Jerry Cooney. They fought. Larry Holmes, Jerry Cooney, two boxers. They signed for me. That's it. That's everything. That's all my stuff. And tomorrow I'm going to go meet Cycle Sid, and then I'm going to work on my collection. So yeah, that's everything in a nutshell. Hope you liked it. That's everything. So that's my review. Those are my autographs. And that's it. So let me see what you wrote. Somebody wrote something. I missed it. Damn, that's quite a good collection. I only have 2 autographs. Wayne Gretzky. Oh, that's incredible. And the governor from TWD. Wow. Wayne Gretzky is huge, Saba. Make sure you take care of that autograph. That is probably worth a lot of money. What the fuck? Where'd you get Larry Holmes' autograph? Dang, you got some classic wrestlers. With Larry Holmes, we had a day here, and we have it every year, except when it was COVID. But what they do is they have a day here for the town, and basically all these people come. So Dwight Gooden came, Kevin Nash came, the Giants came, Larry Holmes came. Yeah, so you have Mike Tyson. That's awesome too. Wow, that's got to be valuable. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, that's probably valuable. I would keep that on, keep that nice and neat. You met him when he was a kid at an Oilers game. Oh, that's so awesome. That's awesome. Wayne Gretzky, man, that's one of the best hockey player ever. That's terrific. Wow. I used to think I was cool. My dad did the cable at his penthouse. Wow, you are cool, dude. That's friggin' awesome. That's terrific. That's really cool. Well, I really went long in the stream. This is probably the longest stream I think I've had. Probably one of the longest. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. We talked ghost stories. We talked spoiler, non-spoiler. I showed you my autographs. What more can I say? I love you all. I'll see you next week. I'll be streaming again. I'll be doing some Johnny Depp videos, Johnny Depp shorts, Johnny Depp facts. We'll be spewing them out next week. And we'll have some fun. We'll do a live stream. We'll be all together. I'll do a gaming stream because I know some of you want me to game. I should be doing that on Saturday with Mega Jetty and whoever else joins me. Do a live stream Friday night, hopefully with Fanta and Dark News. Rob, give me a few and then check the comments for the timestamp. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean. Give you a few. I'm not sure. Megan says, bye, everyone. Web Surfica says, I was fortunate to get Carrie Fisher's autograph for Star Wars. I have it, too, also. I have her autograph before passing. I also got an autograph from the Emperor. Me too. Me too. I got him also. He wrote, "Come to the dark side. We have cookies." For mine, he wrote, "I am the Senate." He asked me, "What do you want me to write?" And I was like, "I want you to write your favorite expression, not mine. I want you to write yours." And his favorite expression was, "I am the Senate." And that's what he put on mine. Once you close the stream, I'll post a timestamp for whatever move besides you. Okay. Awesome. I hope I can be on the PS4 on one, but I hope you can too, John. And I'm just glad you're okay, man. Thank God you're okay. So Chanel wants to say good night or good morning. Yes, Chanel. There she is. Hey, Chanel. There she is. Big smile on her face. Someone says hi. Oh, Through the Fog. What's up, Through the Fog? Hello, how are you, Through the Fog? Hey, Chanel. I love Chanel. I love Chanel. Anyway, I'm going to go. I love you all. Thanks for being here. John says, thank you. I'm happy. You're okay, too. You bring a lot of joy to all of us, and that's what I want to bring. My goal is if I can make you smile or make you happy, I can keep you informed, I can give you a laugh, then I feel like I've done my job. And I love coming here. I love talking to you guys. You guys make me feel terrific and wanted. And thank you, Megan. She's a beautiful dog. Thank you. I think she is too. I think she's gorgeous. And I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Next week we'll be back on track, hopefully, without any more interruptions except Thanksgiving. That day I'll be spending a lot of time with my family. That's it. Love you. I'll see you. Ghostbusters, definitely a hit. Fantastic movie. Make sure you go see Ghostbusters. You will not be disappointed. I loved it, and I hope you do too. If you don't, let me know in the comment section how you feel after you see it. If I'm right, if I'm wrong, what you think about it. I love you guys. I'll see you again soon. Take care. If you want to talk to me, join the Discord. You can talk to me there privately. You can talk to all of us there on the Discord. It's a fun thing. I have a lot of topics, so check us out. Also, go on my Twitter. You can always reach me there if you have Twitter. And if you want to email me, you can do that too. Usually all that information is in my description of the videos. Don't forget also to see Tammy's tips and tricks on her Instagram. I usually put them in videos. If you don't see it in the description, just keep going. It's one of those videos. That's all I know. I have to catch up with all that stuff. I have to really update my channel, do a new banner. Saba says, I will send you some of the haunted stuff on Discord. Okay, great, good. Through the Fog, thank you for coming. I love you all. Web Surfer Guy, thank you for your donation. Rosie Wren, thank you for becoming a member for another 4 months. I really appreciate that. I love you all. John and all of you, look both ways before you cross the street. Don't rush. Take your time. Thank you for a terrific stream. You guys are fantastic. I'm glad you enjoyed Kmart, and I hope you enjoyed this. Till next time, love you. Don't forget Harold Ramis. God bless you, man. God bless you. Fantastic movie. Great tribute to him. Yeah, wear helmets on bikes. I agree, Saba. And Chanel wants to say goodnight. Good night, everybody. Want to say goodbye? Come here, give me a paw. Give me a paw. Wave to everybody. Good night. Good night. She's licking my hand. Good night, everyone. I love you. Take care. Good night, Nicole. I'll see you all next time. Be safe, be well, be careful. I love you. And live every day of your life like it's your last because, like I said, we don't know. We don't know. So enjoy every day. Enjoy the people you have. Visit them. Call them. Don't take them for granted. Don't take your friends and your family for granted. Reach out to them. If someone is suffering here in the community, reach out to them. Or if you know someone, reach out to them. Love and respect, and you'll get love and respect back. I love you from the bottom of my heart. You guys make my day. You make me want to live stream. I don't ever want to end my live streams, but I really have to. The dog's got to go to the bathroom. I got to go to bed. I got a big day tomorrow. I love you all. Till next time. You be well. Take care. Thanks for sharing your night or your morning with me. Be safe. Love you. Bye. Take care. Thanks for being here.